the announcements as well?
Yep.
Thank you. Right, welcome back. Stint 3, the longest of stints. Probably the longest single thing of comms that I'll have ever done. 3 hours non-stop.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
the longest. It's the longest single race
72
in
laps.
ALR. It's the longest single stint of any particular race I think ALR's ever done.
Waiting for Iggy, and we're waiting for Tim Grin. Poor Iggy is doing a third stint in a row. No one else, everyone else who did the first 2 stints is having a break. This is going to be Iggy's final stint, I think. He's going to be starting from first place when he enters. I think he needed a slight break. I mean, if it was me, I think I'd be getting like a bunch of ice cubes and like just dunking my hands inside of them at this point.
Yeah, it's that's
Is
him
he
gonna
at
have
first
to
place?
restart
He
his
is.
console.
Yeah, so Tim Gren is gonna be back soon. He said that a couple of minutes ago, so hopefully he'll be back fairly quickly.
Nothing. It looked
Which
like
gives me
this
some time
lobby
to
might
send
be a
this out as
lot.
well.
Look at the names on this lobby.
Yeah, I know, right? It's gonna be good.
Oh.
And it's a real topsy-turvy order, so let me just send this quickly, and then I'll
Oh,
talk.
Latari's back.
Yes, Latari's back again after Thunderdome. Since there's only 2 of them, so maybe they're just alternating.
Probably, yeah. Latari's gonna be looking like, how the hell are we all the way back here?
That should say Stint 3, but people will know. So let's go through. So Skycloud and Taz are going to be starting with the maximum time, 5.5 minutes after Iggy starts changing his tyres. These 2 will be able to. Now, Tim Grimm's back. Then we have Lee Cole for JP Motorsport. He's pretty quick. He was the one who set the qualifying time, so he'll be looking to make some progress. Got Yuri in the Lambo Huracan for Team Speed. Now, where did I have Spider? We're in 8th place, so I've got to put Tim Grin there before we get started. So yeah, there was Yuri. Then we have Spin for Teabag Racing. Then we have Latari for Apex. He's going to be starting in 10th. Then we have Tim Gren in Spider. Remember, our pole sitters.
You might want to switch that the wrong way around.
9th.
As much as they would love it.
Oh yeah, Asador. Yeah, there you go. Asador for Queen's Head. After Gilles dragged them back into the top 10, he's starting from 9th place. He was also setting the qualifying time. They have Syndra back from Stint 1. He's starting in 7th. Prime Cole's going to be starting in 6th for the second Aero car. Then Astro in 5th place for T3 Triple Threat. Then we have Goose for Apex Hunter. He's a Tier 3 driver, and he's starting up in 4th place. So I'm really interested to see what he can do today. If he can keep up with these really quick guys and bring it to them or not. So that's going to be one of the stories to watch out for in this 3-hour race. Then we got Skyline in 3rd place in the Dodge Viper for Project Platypus. We got Marnik, who is another new driver for us in Inferno. He's lining up in 2nd, taking over from Pekka. And Iggy once again starting for Aero GT. And this time he's going to be starting in 1st place. So I've told them that we're starting at 45. So I'm going to say that we're starting soon. It's going to be the same situation again, where we are doing, formation lap, and everyone's going to dive into the pits and wait for their time to pass so that they can start again with an equal distance to how the previous drivers finished their stint.
Yeah. For those who are asking in chat, if you want to join these in future, you won't be able to join this particular race. Everyone's already qualified, etc., etc. But if you want to join in future, there should be a Discord link somewhere that might
if you
need
just
to be fixing, actually.
Let me just type it in. It's basically discord.gg/Aero League Racing. You might need to put the HTTPS thing in front of it for it to work, but that will 100% get you there. I'm not sure why the link on that automatically shows up doesn't seem to work, because this has been our link for quite a while. So yeah, come find us. If if that isn't working, go to aeroleagueracing.com and join that way. So yeah, plenty of ways that you can join our community, get yourself signed up, complete some evaluation races, and we have basically F1 at 25, we have GT7, we have ACC, and we have WRC leagues currently, and they all are pretty popular. So we have multiple tiers and classes of races for all skill types. So if you don't think that you're as quick as the guys that you're watching here, we do have people your pace as well. And if you think that you can beat these guys, then you can have a go as well. But with that being said, let's get this race underway. Remember, it's going to be a formation lap, so everyone's going to be heading off fairly slowly. I have the Discord. I think I've signed up though. There's some sign up channels, so just look for the sign up channels and put your details in, and one of the helpers will be able to tell you what to do from there, I'm sure. Just tag the helpers for whatever game you're interested in if you get stuck.
Yep. You know what I am surprised about when it comes to this particular grid?
What's that?
The fact that Skyline is doing
the longest stint.
Is 3 hour stint. A guy who in the past has been fairly known to this league for quitting out of races.
And, well, disconnecting as well.
Or disconnecting, yeah. You put him on the longest stint, which could see a disconnect.
Perry, explain yourself.
Yeah, the disconnect could see you eventually, what, was it 8.5 minutes behind?
Yeah.
Like, to go from the lead to 8.5 minutes behind is going to be rough at best.
It's going to be rough, yeah. This is the formation lap, if anyone's confused why everyone's going so slowly. Just treat it as like the first formation lap of a normal race. Everyone's going to dive into the pits at the end of this lap. They have to wait a minimum of 40 seconds based on the finishing time from the previous stint in the pits before they can make their pit stop and get going on their stints, so that the gaps that the previous 2 stints ended in don't get lost and everyone can crack on and do their stints. So Iggy's going to have to wait 40 seconds. That's the lowest time that the race leader can wait. And then a few seconds back is going to be Marnik, and then a few more seconds back is going to be Skyline, etc, etc. And some people will start their stint more than a lap down because that's where their teammate finished their previous stint. So it's a bit confusing to explain, but it is quite simple just to think they're starting as they finished, basically. Just think of it that way.
Yeah, it'll all come to everyone when they go through. Let's see if people actually have listened to how the pit time thing works this time, given the fact we had a couple who went a bit too early.
Yeah, but that was funny. I'm glad they did that.
That really was funny, yeah. I don't think Pekka would laugh if we sent it towards him, but you know.
So BX decided who was doing what stint. So this is actually all BX's fault if they disconnect. If anyone disconnects in this lobby, by the way, they will start 8.5 minutes down for stint 4. It's 5.5 minutes for the start of this stint, then there's 3 hours of this stint. Going to be starting 8 minutes down. Stint 4 is the wet stint as well, so that is a long way back to be behind. Yeah. We're just going around Blanchimont now, so everyone's going to be getting pretty well. Everyone's already pretty close together, so it's no big deal, and we're going to be peeling into the pits pretty quickly, and I am going to be keeping an eye on when these pit stops are made to make sure they're on time, and then if random people just pop out in the top 3 like T-Bop did in the previous one.
Yeah, Sam jumped to the lead as well.
Yeah. Then we'll be shouting at the teammates to try and communicate that they need to drop back. So in comes Iggy.
And INF as well. All just streaming into the pits now, one by one. One thing for sure, Syndra needs to take a good run here because he can get himself immediately to immediately try and get past.
Yeah, Syndra did really well in that opening stint. Bit of a rough one for Beetlejuice. I'm not sure how that happened, but he just ended up behind a couple of people, but still in there in terms of time from the leader, not too far away.
If you're Syndra here, you're looking forward. You just
T-Bop's in the chat.
No, we are now going to specifically mention it at the beginning of every single
We're going to start it on the formation lap of every stint to be like, don't do a T-Bop.
He has started.
Iggy went too early.
I think he did.
He definitely went too early. Marnik now just putting in some fuel. If anyone's on Iggy's team, maybe tell him he went a little bit too early. If he doesn't already realise that he did, he needs to. He's gonna have a huge lead here on Marnik.
The gap should be 11. Or is it 12 seconds? 12 and a half seconds, I think it was in the end.
Well, let's see what this gap is with Marnik. Asseldor's already out.
Asseldor!
Someone have a word with him.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You have someone in the party! Come on!
Oh, God. Marnik's 12 seconds behind, so Iggy needs to wait a second or two. He went straight away, but you do have to wait a couple. Skyline on his way out.
12 and a half seconds is the gap between him and Pekka in the first place.
And we had the
what
top...
the fuck, Asseldor, man?
Yeah, we had the top 7 all pretty close together, so there should be quite a big wait. Yeah, it's not just you, T-Well. You were just the first one. No one can match the OG.
Actually, you were technically the second one.
Then there's a long way to wait before Tim Gren goes, and a long way to wait before Latari. But these guys all know the score. They're already waiting. So we've got Asseldor, who is... What's he doing?
Someone to tell Asseldor they needs to drop 4.5 fucking minutes.
Surely he knows. His starting time, what was it? He was... Lord Bloody Asseldor.
Give me 1 second.
4:41. 4 minutes and 45 seconds he needs to be behind the leader, and he's currently 8 seconds behind the leader. What are you doing, mate?
Jill, you're in the party. Tell him to slow down. Tell him to stop.
You have to slow down yourself, or else we're going to give you an additional penalty on top of the normal penalty that you'd get to rectify what you've done, essentially. Skyline went too early.
Skyline went too early. What was the gap between him and...
So it's 21 seconds now. It was, at the end, like... Sorry, it was 19 seconds. So actually he didn't go too early. And sorry, take 40 seconds off what I said. Asseldor needs to be... about 4 minutes down, exactly, on the nose.
What? He's in the pit now. Okay.
Okay. Well, that might put him even further back, so... Whatever. So, yeah, Skyline's going to be up into third. Let's have a double check on these times, because I don't trust any of you guys now. So, top 3 are fine. Goose is 47 seconds back. That is absolutely fine. Astro's fine. Prime Call is fine. Syndra's fine. These guys are still waiting. Tim Gren's finally getting his pit done. This is our pole sitter, Spider GT. Gonna try and unlap himself a couple of times here. Then we've got Latari not too far behind. He's gonna be changing fairly soon.
Yeah, I get it's alright, but I get it's normal for people to mess up, right?
This is the first time we're doing it, and it is an off-season event, so we can be chill about it.
Asseldor is in a party with a helper and has spent 3 hours last night with us all basically screaming not to do this.
Giles was on the toilet when it happened. he thought he's just
practice last night.
He is waiting. He is waiting like he should have done before. So.
Fuck, man.
This is probably going to put him further back than he would have been before, unless he's calculated it. Let's have a look at what Iggy's up to. Let's see what the tyre situation is while everyone else is still chilling in the pits. Iggy's out on a full tank on mediums. Exact same for Team Inferno with Marnik. Exact same for Skyline with Project Platypus. Exact same for Goose as well. And Astro, who's not too far behind. So this is going to be the first little battle we'll probably see. Astro trying to get past Goose for P4 here. Then we've got Prime Call in 6th. And we've got Syndra, who's just come out of the pits in 7th. 3.9 behind Prime Call. So he's got some overtaking to do as well fairly soon. Then we've got Tim Gren, who's already out in 9th. He's 3 minutes 14 down. We've got Latari just coming out of the pits now as well. Must be torture waiting all this time. It's 4 minutes 11 off the pace.
I've just realised that Bendit has got the wrong person. Skyline is part of Project Platypus, who was third. He's taking over from Zico. He's taking over
was he
from
confused
Zico.
about who was on what
Yeah,
team? Well,
he's
that's fine
taking
then.
over from Zico.
Easy
Skyline
explained.
Skyline's in third. The guy that you're looking after, Goose, should be fourth. It should be Astro immediately after.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, Goose is in fourth, 1.2 seconds ahead of Astro at the start of this stint. Astro looking quite racy here. Tier 1 driver last season, he's going to be in Tier 2 against me and you this season, Astro is.
Yeah.
So I've never
Jill.
raced in the same tier as Astro, so I'm quite interested to see what he's got. He's closing the gap down pretty quickly. It's 0.8 of a second.
4 minutes and it's about 4 minutes, Jill.
4 minutes on the nose. Yeah, 4 minutes on the nose.
4 minutes. The Astro needs to be back.
How's it going? Well, it's going good for us. Well, for me, not for Pyro and his team, who keep making these absolute howlers. There's the third Aero GT car just coming out of the pits as well, so let's have... Yeah, because Astro's not going to get that overtake done just yet. You got Timgren coming out, Asador's still in the pits, Latari's out, Spin's out. I think Asador should be out by now, surely.
Asador, get out of the
Because look, these guys are like 5 minutes down. Oh no, because he's still... He might still be too early because it's showing him in P9.
Get out of the pits, and if you need to give more time, you give it on the fucking track.
Let's see what the gap is at the end of this stint. I love this. At the start of every stint,
we're just... If we need to give him more time, just get off the line.
He's in the correct position. He started in ninth.
Jesus Christ. Get it together, man.
This is so funny. This is so funny.
Get it together.
Right, we won't know the correct time until he's at the end of this straight. Oh, he might have timed it perfectly.
Give about 4 seconds back.
Yeah, just cruise to the next corner, and then potentially he's fine. As long as he gets above 4 seconds before the like over the next couple of corners, then he's all right. 4 minutes, sorry, not 4 seconds.
You need to get 3 seconds back, buddy.
He's not slowing down. Gilles, control your team, please.
Get this man a fucking map, please.
Right, we'll check back on him in a bit. I want to see this this battle because we've actually got some on-track action going, and I think Pyro's about to have a hernia.
It can't be this difficult to organise a 4-minute gap, boys. Oh, Speed just got... Oh, Yuri just got reset!
Oof.
Yuri just got reset, final corner! I think he was fighting someone. I think he was fighting Lee Cole.
Let's have a look.
Oh, was it Lee Cole the entire lap back?
No, he just made a mistake.
Lee Cole the lap back. Oh no, he actually did that.
They were racing for position. That Lee Cole got the position off him, but it was an unforced error.
Yeah.
So good start for JP Motorsport and Lee Cole, up to 12th. We've got Taz out 6 seconds ahead of SkyCloud and 5 seconds behind of Yuri, who had to do that reset. So Taz is looking to make some progress early on in this third Aero GT car. Taz is a Tier 1 driver. He is new in Tier 1 this season. He's been in Tier 1 before as well. Spent a couple of seasons in Tier 2, so expecting some good things from Taz on this stint.
What, you want to call him Lord Ass?
Who?
He's saying that Asador should delete the last 5 letters of his
Why is Prime Call in the pits? Oh, he's got some damage!
Oh, he has!
Early setback.
Oh, that's not good news, so Syndra's going to get past him.
He didn't put in fuel or change his tyres, so this is going to be as short of a stop as you could possibly be. But that is going to bring Timgren potentially back into things now.
Where is Asador? Why is Asador no longer in 9th?
He let Latari past.
Why are you 4 minutes and 13 seconds back now? What the fuck happened?
I think this is the penalty that they've decided to apply on themselves to make sure that they haven't gained an advantage. Pyro, are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I am so not okay. What the... Dude, are we talking a different language? 4 minutes, boys!
P9 went way too early, yeah, we know. We've been trying to help them get back into the right position and they've just lost about, well, maybe 10 seconds.
For fairness,
for
he
no
will
reason.
concede the position at Apex and Race.
Peak ALR content, I agree. Here we go. It's starting. the overtaking starting. Goose versus Astro. Let's give Pyro a minute.
I'm done.
Astro's got a really good run on Goose right here.
God fucking damn it! Why? Just I know
you
that
know
I
what?
have to do this.
If any team should know the rules, it should be Queen's Head eSports.
3 helpers.
The one with 3 helpers and admin. They've known all the rules of this race before anyone else because that's how we've been organising it. But no.
There you
Here we go,
Astro to the
Astro.
inside.
That
You're gonna get
Mazda, it's still really good in a straight line, that Mazda. That's why they picked it, and that was very easy overtake for Astro. He's got 27 seconds to potentially catch Skyline in third, which I wouldn't actually rule out before the end of these 3 hours. It's a really, really long 3 hours we've got ahead of us, and yeah, I'm expecting a few more incidents in the wall and all that kind of stuff as well to throw spanners in the works, just like Prime Call. Where's Prime Call come out? He is still out in 7th, which such was the gap that the top 7 had over Tim Gren's team, Spider. We've still got 1 minute 27 on them as well, so it's looking good for Prime Call.
Well, not as good as
Despite
it could have been.
Despite the issues.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he was, well, Aero GT second team was in with that top group that includes Syndra, Goose, and Astro right now.
Yeah.
And Skyline and company out front, but those guys had broken off quite a substantial gap as well. Yeah.
So, let's go through the grid in reverse order, just so that we can let our viewers know who's racing where. We also shared it in announcements, so if you want to see who's on whose team, all that good stuff, you could do that. So SkyCloud for Danger Vortex, who were doing a pretty decent job, but they ended up finishing last in the end because they got engine damage, didn't they, in the last stint?
Yeah,
so
they're both the longevity of both the last 2 stints caught up to their drivers toward the end, making mistakes. So SkyCloud now got to recover some of that error, some of those errors, because it's quite the distance back.
It is indeed. And then we've got Taz in P14, who is the first of the 3 Aero GT cars, or the third of the 3, I should say, taking over for Zab, who had to pit at the end of his first proper lap with damage, just like what Prime Call did here. So it seems like Aero GT struggling a bit on that. And then we've got Yuri in P13, not too far ahead of them as well in the Lamborghini for Team Speed. Looking to build on the first stint a little bit more than the second stint. Then we got JP Motorsport, who had a good second stint, Lee Cole taking over. These guys disconnected from the first stint after making their way potentially into a top 6 or 7 by the end of that stint as well. They were doing so well with H Racing Green. Jin did a solid stint, to be fair, and now they're in 12th, 13 seconds behind Spin and Team TBG, or Teabag. Spin was your old teammate from last season, actually.
Yeah, he was. So he's roughly the same pace as me in most cases.
No,
Yeah.
you were way quicker than him last season.
I don't know. Here in particular, I am not particularly good at this track.
Okay.
So he definitely got some pace to him. I reckon he's got potentially some on the brace drivers around him, especially people such as Yuri, there in 13th, Lee Cole potentially as well. I think he'll be significantly slower than the likes of Asseldor in front though, so he might be routed to 11th for quite some time here.
Yeah. Then we have Asseldor for Queen's Head. After his trials and tribulations, he's settled back into 10th position. 4 seconds actually behind Latari for Apex. Latari's on the softs, so that makes sense that he's actually started driving away from Asseldor. So those two aren't fighting, at least, after they let Latari through. Then we have Spider GT, Tim Gren, the captain. I haven't actually commentated on any of his races before, I don't think, so I don't really know much about this guy, even though we've DM'd quite a bit. So I'm interested to see if he can make his way into... Make any position with a 1 minute 30 gap to the next car above would be quite a victory for Spider during this 3 hour stint. Then prime call for Aero GT, who we saw get damage and pit early on. Syndra for Falcon is 7 seconds behind Goose, so he's going to try and catch him. He's lapping in the 18s. Goose for Apex Hunter is lapping in the 19s, 19.2, so over a second a lap slower. He's also dropped a second off of Astro for T3 Triple Threat Racing, who's just about to put a lap on Lee Call here. Then we got Skyline up in P3 for Project Platypus. It's looking pretty good for them in the Dodge Vipers at the moment. He's got 28 second gap on Astro. Then we've got Marnik for Inferno, who've been right at the front the whole time. Them and Iggy for Aero GT in the final car, the number 14 car, have been very, very neck and neck, depending on the stint that they've done. They're both on the mediums now, and Iggy is slightly edging ahead of Marnik. But the times are very, very similar. Look, 18.5 for the last 3 laps in a row for Marnik, 18.5, 18.2, 18.5 for Iggy. So not much between them at the very front.
No, just that lap 6 he gained about 3 times. Apart from that, everything else has been pretty similar from the front too. But yeah, there's a lot of things that are going to change in this stint, I reckon, because Syndra is in a group of cars that, quite frankly, he should be quicker than a lot of them.
Yeah.
So he should start making his way through, potentially even towards Skyline, maybe past Skyline in this stint, if he can get this one running. One lap 8 of 72. After everything that happened there, I've managed to calm down. I guess, yeah. Jill's also asking for let's give a pyro a minute on his t-shirt. That's a
ALR merch. What does Spin's car say? Driver carries a firearm and will use if necessary. Yep, that's the most American thing you're going to see today.
Even more than the actual American car we've got currently sat in P3.
Yeah, that should be on the Dodge, actually.
It is not the Syndra you think it is, Jack. It is a very different Syndra and probably a very quick
faster
and much
Syndra.
quicker.
Yeah, and that
Syndra.
Syndra was quick, but this guy's even quicker. Yeah. Oh, we've got some action between Taz and Yuri right now, and Skycloud's not too far behind either. These three, the last 3 positions, it's going to start getting a bit spicy.
You would expect Taz to start making his way through. He is a tier 2 driver.
Yeah, this is well, he's tier 1 now. Tier 1 versus tier 3 here.
Now. Yeah, you would expect him to start making his way through a lot quicker than he has been through the 7 minutes so far. Through the 7 laps so far. See if he's got anything to actually.
It's not going to happen here.
Chase down. No.
There's Skycloud ready.
In a straight line.
All of them on mediums. Is everyone? Lee Cole's on the softs. That's why he's been able to put in a bit of a gap.
Yeah, he's going to try and hunt down Spin as soon as he can. 10 seconds that split those two right now. Astrodog 1 minute 4 ahead of Spin. Now closes he to Latari now.
So 5 seconds between him and Latari. Latari's obviously going to come in the next, maybe lap 13. I would predict he'd come in. So that'll drop him back a little bit. Timgren is only closing the gap a little. Oh, actually, he's got the fastest lap of the race. I take that all
Just
back. 17.5. What was the fastest lap in stint 2? On the mediums?
16.8.
So he was 7 tenths off the fastest lap on the mediums.
The
so technically, in theory, he should be able to set the fastest lap overall that we've seen so far. We're into the afternoon now in terms of settings. I'm not sure how the time of day affects the lap times, but I think the afternoon is meant to be the best in terms of like the track being the best. I mean, this looks like SO1 kind of top weather. So the track should be pretty grippy, but also the tyres might be a little bit quicker in going off than in the early morning stint that we had in stint 1.
Yeah, he's also about to unlap himself.
He's going to unlap himself from Goose, yeah. This is going to get a bit interesting, actually. We're going to have an Ocon versus Max Verstappen Brazil moment.
This is going to be interesting because if Atting Ate is now in the exact same position as Ridwan was on the last stint, realistically.
Yeah.
In about that 8th position, a minute and some change back and he's just got to cut this gap in as much as he physically can.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't call it a blue flag bug. It's just the blue flags start insanely early in GT, and I don't understand why. He's beating his previous best Sector 1 time there, Tim Grin. He's doing really good. Needs to be on this form basically for the full 3 hours. Our Spider GT captain. Do you think he could do it?
I think he can do it for at least the first half of this race. To be honest with you, this first stint has worked out pretty much exactly as you would want it to. He cut technically. Even if it is Prime Call's mistake, he's cut that gap 50 seconds on what it was. So...
Yeah. Look at these three as well.
Definitely trying. He's definitely going to try it at to get things rolling in this race. It's I believe him in the last one, there were Long Chicken or Ultimate Chicken and Matty.
Yeah, not Long Chicken.
Extra stint. Yeah, Long Chicken definitely a different driver altogether. But yeah, so we'll see how they can continue on through these next couple of stints. I don't know who's doing the rain one, but it'll get very interesting very quickly. Yeah.
So these three kind of just settling in together on a completely different strategy to Lee Cole. JP Motorsport on a were very close at the finish here, and here's Tim Grin. So let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to be able to unlap himself cleanly?
Looking to... is he going to go to the inside here? No, he's not. He's going to try and wait for the source at the very earliest.
Meanwhile, Lee Cole's trying
to... That was a lot better. That was a lot better. It's a little bit overcooked, trying to avoid the inside of that Goose car there for HR, but still a lot better on the exit. He's going to have to sit behind just a little while longer. I wonder whether this is actually helping him or hindering him at this point.
At this point, currently, with Lee Cole as well about to get out of the way of both of them, and now he's got Dirty F2 cars in front of him. This isn't ideal.
I think he
Look at that overspeed. Yeah, he's going to get it now.
Yeah.
He's going to use Lee Cole for a bit of extra slipstream to unlap himself. Goose knows that it's not worth fighting anyway.
Is he going to go after Lee Cole on this corner? That's the real question.
That would have been a bit reckless if he did, yeah. But Lee Cole's going to have to get out of the way pretty quickly, which he's not going to want to do. He's on the soft tyres, one of the only drivers on the field at the moment on the softs, and he is pulling away nicely from P13, 14, 15. Here we go. There's the overtake.
There you go. That's it down the inside. You just dove away. You just dove the camera away as he dove into the inside of it. I think he actually
I was trying to go to Goose, but
Cole.
Goose isn't one position down, is he? He's 3 positions up.
Comfortably 3 positions up as well. He's actually about to be incredibly under fire from Syndra.
Yeah, and Lee Cole really shouldn't fall into the clutches of Goose on his soft tyres. But Syndra, yeah, Syndra's probably the next one to watch out for. He's been slowly reeling in Goose. He's been lapping in the 18.1s, 18.2s, and Goose has been in the high 19s. And they're both on the same compound of tyre as well. So this could be a painful 3 hours for Apex Hunter if that is the pace that we're dealing with in comparison to the other teams.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, this, but I think Cedric's going to get Goose in the next lap or so, you know? It's going to be very close.
It has to be, yeah. The pace difference is over a second, so... Second and a half, yeah. Second and a half difference.
It's going to be... I don't know if he's going to... I think he's going to try into the end of the Camel Straight here. I think it's Syndra's best option.
Mind, Lee Cole's actually falling back into Goose, just as I said that he shouldn't be. Lee Cole's, what, 12th? His tyres are about 50% worn already, so that's probably going to have an impact on this little battle here.
Oh, it definitely will. Definitely will.
Luckily for Goose, he's got some slipstream here.
Yeah, he is going to get the slipstream from the McLaren, but that Aston Martin still doesn't have great top end. Irrespective of what's going to happen, he might... Yeah, the slipstream is going to save him here. I don't know if that means Lee Cole's going to get out of the way.
Lee Cole's got his windscreen wipers on.
Everyone's got the windscreen wipers on, apparently. Not entirely sure why. Goose has as well.
I sound like the... I sound like Max Verstappen's engineer. Do you think? Well, he's off at the moment, and no one's explained what he's the reason why he's off. Well, you know what? Maybe he just had a spa 12 hours that he wanted to commentate on.
That is wild. That's a wild sentence.
Priorities, man. ALR before actual Formula One. I mean, that is the case today. Couldn't even watch the sprint race.
Also, can't watch qualifying, which I think had just happened as well.
Oh, do you know the results?
No.
Okay, let's do some predictions then. Okay, give me your top 3 in qualifying for Formula One.
Piastri, Norris, Verstappen.
Okay.
I'd go with the boring one.
I reckon Piastri has to be on pole after that massive gap. Norris will close the gap, but potentially not enough, and it'll be interesting in the race. I don't know though, because Max is the boyo at Spa, isn't he? Oh, a little bit wide there.
That's far too deep for Sindra. I might get a penalty for that, you know.
Okay,
That's going to be a close call.
I'm being requested to do impressions now, so I've got a northern accent. GP doesn't, so let me just put my southern accent on for a second. Just some information, Max. I'll leave you to it. I don't see it personally. Goose still hasn't been able to put a lap on Leecol, and interestingly, Tim Grun's not actually got away from them.
No. Also, F1 qualifying has just started about 15 minutes ago, so there's no need.
Lewis Hamilton pole position.
I just went and had a double check there.
All right, we won't spoil what happens in the F1.
No,
actually, to be fair, I'll watch the highlights as well. I want to see, because the qualifying for sprint was really interesting. Like Lewis and Kimi out in Q1.
Asked to go on Deco's car one. Deco's not on
Deco?
Not.
No, but oh, Latari's in the pits.
Okay, so that's early for Latari. What about?
Oh, they're not happy that Leecol's not getting out the way. That's what they're saying.
Oh. Oh, that would probably do it, yeah.
I do sound like Rob Smedley. He was from down the road from where I was born, so that would make sense, Jules. Yeah. He wasn't a Geordie, he was a Smoggy. Anyway, Latari into the pits, so that promotes Astador back into P9.
No, you can't end that sentence there.
What? What do you mean?
You're gonna have to. I think you're gonna have to elaborate on that one.
What do I need to elaborate on?
What is a Smoggy? I know it's
a Smoggy. So Middlesbrough is known for its chemical plants. Back in the day, when people didn't give a shit about air quality, like the air in Middlesbrough smelled like petrol, and if you drove on the A19 through Middlesbrough, approaching Middlesbrough in Stockton, like just the Teesside area, there'd be smog above the town, and that's why you'd call the people Smoggies.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, I learned something new today.
Behind
Fair
Spin,
enough.
we can indeed. Spin's not got a big gap behind him. Leecol has been catching up. Then Leecol's got 11 seconds on Yuri, who's 0.2 of a second ahead of Skycloud, who has managed to get ahead of Taz as well. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Oh, contact between all three of them
Bumper
there,
cars.
accordion style.
All right, let's stay with these guys because this is the fun part of the racetrack. Clearly, back in day.
Oh Jesus Christ! We're talking about things being undeniably American. Well, I think that sentence was undeniably British.
Oh, what's Yuri up to here?
Try to break the toe.
Yeah, that was a good
well
try.
Out of the way.
Yeah, caught Skycloud by surprise, but it's not going to last for too long.
We'll show Skyline in a split second.
Skycloud started in last place. She's about to go up a couple of positions here, sticking it in.
We're on the inside, contact, but still go through.
Yeah,
and through goes Taz as well. Taz, the contact between the two, create the hole. Taz up into 14th, SkyCloud into 15th, into 13th, sorry. Yuri into 15th, in the back of the field. There was always going to be contact here. There was never really a lot of gap showing to SkyCloud there at all through the middle of the
space was sufficiently alongside. So, oh, here comes Taz.
Down the hill, not even going to wait. More contact between the three of them, and Taz is up into 13th. Didn't even give that a second thought.
Good couple of corners there for Taz. Bided his time, but it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. I'm about to say SkyCloud going round the long way. Very good camera angle for this.
Oh, I feel like someone's going to end up in the wall before too long.
SkyCloud just defending well enough against Taz right now, trying to get on the outside to try and get the long way round. Taz is still there. Taz is still technically ahead. Yuri is trying to use the hole and will do perfectly. Currently ever so slightly ahead of SkyCloud. And I think Taz is trying to use the slipstream to get Yuri ahead of SkyCloud, because he feels like SkyCloud may be a little bit more of a danger.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
It didn't work because SkyCloud holds on to 14th. That was a bit deep there from Yuri, but it'll be fine because he's not using the AstroTurf. And now the long way round for Yuri! He's still there! A little bit of a slide!
They're treating it like a sprint race.
Door, and it got in front of SkyCloud.
That was mental. Meanwhile, unfortunately, we've missed Syndra getting past Goose, and he's now 3 seconds up the road. He's now got 7 seconds to catch Astro, so this is a really good start for Syndra in Team Falcon.
Yeah. Lee Cole pitted on the last lap as well, by the way.
Yeah, Lee Cole's going to be in last place now because he's the first of those guys to pit. Prime Call, where is Prime Call? In 7th place. He's already had a pit stop, but that was to fix damage only, so he'll be coming in at some point soon. Asseldor is over a lap down on P7. That's why you can see P7 and P9 so close together.
Yeah. Asseldor
so he's going to
58 seconds ahead of Latari as well.
He is, but Latari's made his pit stop.
That is true. I feel like that pit lane should not be 58 seconds long, though. If I'm remembering right from the first 2 stints. So that might be a position for Asseldor, you know? After the debacle or whatever the hell you want to call the first 3 laps.
Latari's got a full tank. Well, not actually a full tank. Mostly a full tank. Fresh mediums as well. So this is going to be a very long stint for Latari. Same as Asseldor. He's got quite a few laps left on his stint. Sorry?
Has Attingham pitted?
No. Oh, and he's got a second penalty.
I don't remember us being within a minute of those guys. Unless I'm going insane, and probably was by the end of the last one. But
Timgren was really far behind. The gap between him and Prime and Goose would be basically what P7 and P8's gap was at the end of the previous stint. So he's 3 minutes 21 back, Goose is 1 minute 8 back. And remember, Prime Call had to already make an early pit stop, which is why he's in between.
Yeah. Asseldor about a minute to the dot now behind Attengren in 8th.
So let's go through and see who is close to a pit stop here on fuel. It doesn't look like anyone's that close. Atari has the most fuel by far out of everyone, as does Lee Cole, who's got a 3-second penalty, and he's 32 seconds behind. This soft stint is not really working out for him, as the weather's getting a bit hazy here, a bit muggy.
Yeah, definitely going a little bit grey again for the 3rd stint straight. Which is going to be very interesting to see if we get rain on this one, because we saw the rain in the 1st stint. We didn't get rain, despite it probably looking even darker in the 2nd stint.
Now he's going to have to back out even more, as all these drivers put a lap on him as well.
Appreciated. Yeah, that's appreciated, Lee Cole.
That's worth the replay.
I'm pretty sure that, Asseldor is definitely off the track here. Already Prime Call almost getting out boxed in. Lee Cole.
I mean, nothing. That was not Lee Cole's fault. You were about to go after this guy, and he's done nothing wrong.
No, fair. Asseldor just screwed it. I have more faith in Asseldor than apparently I should.
Well, you've been shouting at him a lot so far. So. Oh dear. Right, let's go back to this front, because we've not even looked at Iggy for about 20 minutes. He's
70 seconds up, by the way, now. So gain about 5 seconds total on Marnik this stint.
This is going very, very well for Iggy and what has so far been a one-man team. It's going to end after this stint, though. Everyone else will be really pleased to hear. Iggy's going to be... I mean, he must be sweating buckets right now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like his hands are all but ready. All but ready to give up. Skyline now into the pits. That just indicates to you how far the gap is between Skyline and Iggy right now.
Skyline should come out.
Probably behind Goose.
Behind Goose, yeah. Goose lapping in the 20s and 21s at the moment, compared to low 19s for Syndra, mid 19s for Astro, low 20s for Skyline, so he needs to be a bit careful and stay consistent if he can't keep the pace of the guys who are chasing him down behind him.
Yeah.
And is he going to go on the softs though?
I'd assume this is another medium tyre going on the car. I think
He'd want to stay on mediums for
softs.
most of the 3 hours, I'd assume. Excuse me.
Yeah, Iggy has done 7 hours straight of racing.
Yeah.
Or will have done by the end of this stint. And then he's relinquishing the seat because he's done for the day after this. And I can't really say I blame him.
Absolutely. So Yuri's managed to get past Taz and Skycloud again. So
yeah, Skycloud dropped off.
These guys are having a good time. Yeah, she's 2 seconds back off Taz, so still within touchy distance. These guys have to stop fighting each other and start working together though, because they're losing time unnecessarily. Skyline coming out of the pits. What's Taz? Yeah, Taz's gonna overtake as well. I think he was wondering whether he should just let him through, but Skyline was going a little bit too slow there. So Astro for T3 gets promoted back up into the top 3 with that pit stop for Project Platypus, but 57 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, and he's 6 seconds ahead of Syndra, and we've known from eSports, these two have driven eSports before, especially in the last season, that Syndra usually has more pace than than Astro, so we will have to keep an eye on that, because I think Syndra is going to be on course for potentially top 3, realistically by the end of this stint, which Falcon will take.
Yep, there's Syndra, 5.4 seconds back. In between them both is Timgren, who's continuing to try and unlap himself. He still has the fastest lap of the race on medium tyres as well, but he's dropped into a little bit less consistency in these last 3 laps. 19.2, a 20.7 and an 18.2, so he's all over the place. Probably because he's a lap down.
Yeah.
Kevin.
In the way of
Who's
everyone.
Kevin?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to find out. Someone will clear that up.
Could we have a little check on the weather as well? Because the clouds once again are starting to look a little bit unusual. If someone's got access to the weather radar, they could let us know. How's Marnik going?
So Kevin from the beginning stint, and Marnik is
maybe his name's Kevin as well.
Maybe.
But yeah, he's dropped a good 5-6 seconds off Iggy since the start. So maybe like a couple of tenths lap down every lap on average. So he's still doing pretty well, but look at the gap that he's got in the top 2. So he's still hanging it in there with the potential of a race win. But again, we're at the start of a 3-hour stint here, so anything could happen, especially with heavy damage switched on and rain as well.
Yep, it's still a very long way to go, even in this stint, before we create the rest, before the rest of the race shows up as well. Currently 40 seconds ahead of Astro, not quite a pit stop, but not very far away, admittedly. From advantage over 3rd place.
Let's have a look at this little battle again. Stuck behind Skyline. Skyline's made his way past them all after coming out behind Taz and Yuri. So they've had to let him past, and it's taken about a lap for him to do that. Iggy's in the pits now, so he's coming in early, actually. Look at this. He's got 9% left, so he could have done maybe definitely one, maybe 2 more laps.
At least 1 more,
yeah. So he's deciding to come in. I wonder if he's seen a nice gap that he knows he's going to slot into if he comes in now. Iggy's the type of person to make those calculations on the minimap to see where he would come out if he put in fuel and all that kind of stuff. So Inferno take the lead once again. So for the first time this stint, Van der Speck did have the lead and lost it with that 2-second time penalty for corner cussing that we saw in the previous stint, which was nice and exciting, caused a little bit of mild controversy.
Yeah, nice way to get people riled up in the middle of a 12-hour race.
Yes.
We got Timgren might actually be. Do they both just go into the pits? It would be nice if the game gave us any sort of camera angle to confirm that.
Astro and Timgren followed each other in the pits there, so Syndra is going to move up into 3rd place. Iggy's on his way out. He's going to stay ahead of Syndra. He's gone for a full tank, so that's definitely medium tyres as well.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. I would like to point out that Syndra might have to take a look at what the strategy for Syndra here, because he is out a 1.5 miles away ahead of Skyline. At the moment. Oh, he hasn't pit yet, sorry.
No, he hasn't pit. Yeah, I was like, yeah. What?
No, Iggy's well ahead of everyone else, but that's expected.
Yes.
Skyline is the one that we'll be looking at. How far is Skyline from Goose?
Skyline and Goose, the gap is 12 seconds, so Skyline doesn't really have to worry about Goose before Goose comes in, because Goose should be in pretty much at the end of this lap.
Yeah.
And then we got Prime Call, who had to pit at the end of lap 1. He's coming in again, which releases Asseldor. And there's Lee Call, who's made his pit stop as well, down in last place, and his gap to Skycloud is 37 seconds, so he should be still ahead of Skycloud, Taz and Yuri as they're still fighting.
Literally, all 3 of them have been fighting since the word go.
They have, but they've not really changed positions that much. They just all keep having goes at each other. Yeah, Taz obviously doing qualifying for his team. I don't think Skycloud and I don't think Yuri did the qualifying for their team. I can't quite remember, but I don't think so.
Sickboy did the qualifying for Yuri's team, Team 3, and then forgot that setups exist.
That's right. So yeah, I would have expected Taz to have left these guys in the dust, to be honest, a little bit, but yeah, struggling to make the ground that he needs to. The Lamborghini obviously is a pretty good car around here, to be fair. Oh, a little bit wide for Taz as well, which is kind of, and again, he's just not taking the corners as cleanly as he should be.
Yeah, he just
and
didn't have any control of his car.
Ready to pounce.
You could hear it. Oh, again, look at it, just wide again.
Every corner.
Maybe it's just too narrow, I think might be the issue at this point, because he is, he should be a lot quicker than he currently is, and it looks like and sounds like when you can hear the car going through, especially that chicane that we just went through. He didn't have control of that car. That car was sliding instead of driving. So he's got to fix whatever issue he currently got and get some rhythm going before it's too late. Skycloud looks the long way round, doesn't get that. Definitely doesn't get that. Taz is going to get a far, significantly better exit.
Yeah, going into second gear when she was at basically 0 miles an hour wasn't a wise choice there. So Skycloud getting frustrated because she definitely, I feel like, has more pace than Taz and Yuri, but hasn't been able to really do anything with it at the moment. Undercut is what I'd be considering. Just get an early pit stop out of the way, get ahead of these guys so that you can focus on your second stint of the stint.
The great English, Ross.
That's technically correct.
I mean, it's technically correct, yes. But stint of stint. Absolutely impressive.
You want to have a look at someone else wants to have a look at Spin. So Spin 5 minutes 38 off the lead, 37 off the back of Latari, and 12 ahead of Yuri, who's in those fights. But luckily for Spin, he's just on his own and he can focus on his own race. Lap 16 at 23.1 is not that great. Don't know, he must have had a little trip off track there. But yeah, Yuri's lapping pretty similarly. Yeah, actually it's a lot quicker despite being in all the battles. So Spin needs to find some pace, basically. Maybe if he chucks his gun out of his car, he'll reduce the weight of the car a little bit and he can take the corners a bit better, but I don't know. There's no convincing these Americans with these bloody guns, so... Marnik looks like he's going to be on his in lap here by the looks of how much fuel he's got left.
Yeah, from the YouTube chat, it sounds like he's trying to overcut on Iggy, or trying to get as close as he can. He's definitely not going to get there.
No, he's going to come out in P2, but it should set him up better for the rest if he's able to end the stints with a lot more tyre life. Potentially he could start closing the gaps on Iggy. Spin was fuel saving. Fuel. Okay, let's go back and have a look at Spin's fuel. He's got a quarter of a tank left compared to Yuri being completely dead. So is Spin going to do a pit stop fewer than some of the guys around him? Because if he does, that's huge because the pit stops are so long. So that might be why what he's look how much he's short shifting in the Renault as well. That does make sense.
Yeah, admittedly, the only issue he's got there
carries on. Yuri and Skycloud come in.
Yeah, the only issue he's got, right, is if he ends up doing a stop shorter. This is a 72 lap race, and for the last 4 laps, he's been a second slower than the car behind him.
That's true.
Just check my maths for me a minute here. But I think if you do a second a lap quicker than the guy in front for 72 laps.
Yeah, but you don't have to fuel save for the entire 72 laps. You just have to fuel save enough to make the strategy viable.
Yeah, but this is Spin. He's going to have to do it a little bit more than most.
You would know, as his teammate.
I was about to say, both of us in the last couple of weeks, especially Daytona with the fuel rates at the end of the season. Yeah, the McLaren in particular, which we were both driving, were not kind of fuel neither of us could save. So he's gonna have to do it. He's gonna be a lot slower in the process.
Yeah.
So if he continues to have to fuel save every single stint, which you're going to have to do to create an extra situation where you don't have to pit as much, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble, I reckon.
Yeah.
The plan is 2 less than others. Well, at that point...
2 less pits. I mean, if you manage to pull that off and you're only a second a lap slower, then you would leapfrog quite a few people, point. To be fair.
You'll be saving... probably easily 30 seconds if that's the case. I don't believe you're going to be able to do it, but if you can, fair play. Honestly, at that point, fair play.
So, Marnik in the pits. The gap was 33 seconds when he dove into the pits over Iggy. He is going to probably put in the full shebang and go even for a long time. Syndra also in. So we have to see where he comes out compared to Skyline and Astro. But let's just see Iggy retake the lead here. Yeah, he's already fully past the pit exit before Marnik even leaves. Then we've got Skyline just coming into turn 1 now. So the question is going to be, what can Skyline do compared to Marnik, and what's this gap going to be? He should have had a lovely undercut if he was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah. So, we're in the chat, they're saying he can do 25.
25 laps on 1 tank.
Yeah. The only issue that presents yourself there is that precedes what? So you do the 1 lap on the original tyres for the formation, then 20. So you're only on lap 51, which precedes that he has to do 21 laps on a soft tyre, and he is not doing that. Unless you're going hards. Which I think that might be worse.
So Astro still stays ahead of Syndra. Syndra stays ahead of Goose though. Goose is quite a way back, just coming out of turn 1 now. Yeah, it's very close between Syndra and Astro. And we're being asked how Astrodor's doing. He's in 9th, 1 minute 20 behind Tim Grin, and 4/10 ahead of Latari.
I was about to say, I don't like that Latari's so close. Admittedly, albeit Latari's halfway through his stint.
Yeah, different strategies definitely. Looks like Latari might be trying a bit more of an aggressive one.
Astrodor's still trying to unlock himself from the grind call. I feel like he's been doing that for at least 10 laps.
Oh yeah. Well, it's difficult when I think they're in the exact same car as well. So basically, you have to wait for Prime Call to make a mistake, because Prime Call obviously is not going to be moving over for someone who's very similar pace. They've both been in tier 2 for donkeys at this point. And Primecall's
Yeah,
been
no.
improving every season, really. Asador, I would have used to say, would have been the quicker driver, but Primecall's beaten Asador for the last couple of seasons in the standings.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You see, so
This might
Astor's
be it.
running a higher downforce than probably most. This should be it. Around the outside, can Astor get himself unlapped? The blue flag kicking already because GT doesn't understand that someone's trying to unlap himself. That's contact between the two of them. There's more contact between the two of them. And Astor's gone through.
Now what's Latari going to do? Oh, crap. There we go. Oh, Latari doesn't try and do anything. I think he had a bit of a run. But now, see, the thing is, Asador needs to really drive away from Primecall here, or else he's going to probably have to give the position back, so... Is he going to be able to do that?
We're about to find out. It looks like he's gaining a bit of a gap, though, as the time goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Let's have a quick look at Syndra, because him and Astro are still pretty close as well. 1 second separates these two in the battle for P4, between Falcon and between T3, who have a lovely livery here. Look at this. Wow, look at all that detail on it. I'm sure that's not what it looked like before.
It is.
Is it?
Yep, it's been looking like that the entire night, the entire day. I keep calling it night because I'm so used to us racing from 8 PM onwards, but...
I know, I've never started a stream at 10 in the morning.
Currently broad daylight outside.
Yeah.
So that's not common that's the case, that's for sure. But yeah, Astro's got to try and hold on from Syndra here. 7/10, I believe that is. A little bit blurry on the share screen, but that's fine. Yeah, so I think Syndra's going to have this sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's on the soft tires, he's on the softer compound, he's got less fuel in as well. And generally, you would say that Syndra, most of the time, has better pace than Astro.
Yeah, that's almost certainly the case over the last couple of seasons anyway. You would expect that this would be fairly easy work. Astro is no slouch, but Syndra is one of the quicker guys we've had in the league in a while. See if there's going to be anything in this. Is he going to try this in the third sector, or will he wait until the end, the beginning of the next lap? I think he's going to go now. He's gone to the inside. He's got alongside. Awful camera angle again. We continue to watch through. Is Syndra going to get something on the outside into Blanchimont? Round he goes, and he is ahead of Astro. Can't tell if Astro was too deep there, he stayed on the curb. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a penalty there. You go. That answers that question.
So you would have thought here that Astro had the advantage because he's got the inside line, but Syndra, he actually backs out of it.
Yeah, he does.
Boo! That's why you deserve that half-second penalty.
Oh, and a half slide out of Lasort as well. It's going to help Syndra out, trying to hold that gap. I think that'll potentially jump over the second now, if he can get Rouge and Radion right.
So Spin still hasn't made his first pit stop. Everyone else has made a stop. And he's still got maybe what did they say? End of lap 25.
They're trying to go to 25. I just don't see how he gets the tyre to go.
Yeah, but look, he's got 45 seconds on Lee Call and Skycloud, and what the team are telling me is that they have to pit in extra time, so add another 50 odd seconds on top of that. And he's technically in the top 10. But I don't think he'd beat Latari at the end of this unless something strange happens, but he should, if their theory is correct, which I only trust maybe 20%, then Spin is an easy 11th place at the end of this.
Comfortably. It'd be potentially well over a minute in 11th, so it'll give the team a massive advantage in 11th going into the rain. But I really do not think that strategy is good. I don't see how that strategy is going to work, because everyone is set up pretty much to four-stop this, I reckon. If the maths I did earlier, if I made the maths me and Nasta did last night, the most likely scenario for this is you just go ahead and you do a four-stop, a 3 or a 4-stop, and this would require literally just the formation lap, which technically doesn't count as a stop in the first place, and then 25, 25, 21.
I think his pace is too slow here. He needs to get into a position where he doesn't need to fuel save. If he needs to fuel save for the entire 3 hours, this is going to be very sad for him.
Yeah.
Well, not over, because he could still probably beat the people behind him, but it's not going to be like a masterclass in strategy, whereas you could have just done the normal thing potentially. We'll see. We'll see.
The CP, I think most teams are going to use 5 different sets of tires here. Oh, well, 6 if you want to include pitting on lap, changing your tires on lap 1, I guess.
Lee calls lap times. He's just ahead of SkyCloud as well, so SkyCloud's doing great here. SkyCloud, I'm assuming, is on the soft tires. Going to get this move done. SkyCloud's not going to wait as well. She'll do it into turn 1. Oh no.
No, she won't. No, she won't.
As soon as I say that, I'm just like, well.
She's actually got some sense here, because this is the perfect time. You're in a GTR, you're going up the McLaren.
Yeah, but
straight line speed should potentially have a bit of a
dirty air in Eau Rouge, though.
But like we said earlier, doing this against it's just sticking in it is fine. If you stick in it, you shouldn't have too many issues like that.
Oh, a little accidental bump draft there, I think.
So now this should potentially open up to the inside. And if it is, it's going to be late. If she's going to go for it, it's going to be late. She is going to get a little bit of contact.
Oh!
Oh, she did hit.
That was a bit naughty.
I don't know what's happened. Recall. That was a...
They both get away fine, though.
And then flash of the lights for good measure.
Is that angry? Is that thank you? Is that fuck you? I don't know.
I think it could have been a roller coaster of emotions then, because it could have been sorry for the initial contact, and it looked a little bit rough going into Lacombe, and then obviously the little bit of a nudge on the back wheel of the car in the middle of it is it's something that I reckon they're both potentially not happy with that corner, if I had to guess.
Definitely. So interestingly, Yuri's also on the softs. Taz put in way more fuel and has gone on the mediums, which is why he's just cut away at the end. But this is a good idea, I think, for Taz. Instead of being in all of the drama, he's just can focus on his own race and use the softs later to his advantage, potentially. Spin finally has come into the pits, so I think he'll drop...
25.
I think he'll drop to last place, Spin.
Yeah, that's also a very funny looking 25.
What are you talking about?
So the team was saying he could do 25 on his
oh yeah.
And so I gotta check, that is not a number 25 in the top left
24,
corner.
24, 24 could work. That's just a 2-stop race.
But, yes, but you have to use 2 separate compounds.
Yeah, so they'll have to do a hard. They'll have to go on the hards, and they'll be even slower.
I'm not sure that's a worthwhile, honestly. I'm not sure that's a worthwhile strategy. I mean, if it works, it works.
Hey, I'm glad people are trying something a little bit kooky, but I don't believe it's a good idea.
I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'm utterly unconvinced. I think is actually the better way of putting it.
Prime calls lap times.
Also,
19s and 20s.
Clear.
Usually in the 19s.
Also, Attengren is 43 seconds at the moment behind.
43 seconds behind, yeah.
One more. I think he's pit once more than Attengren.
Asseldor currently has 3.5 on Latari in 10th as well. So he's gapping him a little bit. Latari's about to go a lap down. Or 2 laps down, I should say. SkyCloud up into 11th is left Lee Cole in the dust. Yuri is going to catch Lee Cole before too long. Spin has slotted out in 14th, 7 seconds ahead of Taz, because Taz put in a full tank of fuel just like Spin has. So, got a question for the viewers. Back on this hypothetical scenario that we actually run this next season as an actual championship. So let's say we have enough space for 4 or 5 races. Give me the 4 tracks that you would choose. Obviously not Spa.
That's interesting. Apparently, Spin just said I'm incredibly gifted at being incorrect. Even if he's doing laps less, right? Hypothetical, because he's 6 seconds back, and he's about 3 laps behind. It still means he has to do 68 laps. Where is your extra times coming from? Because he's doing 23. He's gonna do another set of probably 23. What's the extra? The rest of the god. That's 46 laps. Where's the extra 20 coming from?
How is he going to do the soft stint if you're only 2 stopping?
If you're only 2 stopping and you're going to softs, he can't. If you're saving softs, if you're trying to save softs for 20 laps, you might as well not bother. I've been on the same goddamn team as Spin for the last season. He hasn't got a prayer.
So some interesting answers have come in. Bendit has said Trial Mountain, Tokyo, Big Willow, and Yamigawa.
Okay, so don't listen to that.
Trial Mountain and Tokyo could be options though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Nürburgring, Daytona, Suzuka, Monza, Le Mans. Le Mans, Nordschleife, Daytona, Bathurst. Bathurst can't be missed. Bathurst again, Le Mans again. Watkins Glen would be a great shout. Suzuka. Yes, Suzuka does a lot of endurance races. Then we got Nord, Schleifer, Kyoto, Fuji, Sanqua. What do you think about Sanqua?
Sanqua C, absolutely. I am a massive fan of Sanqua. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I am a massive fan of Sanqua. I love the track.
It is good for racing, to be fair. It's just people hate it because they don't know the track layouts well enough. That's usually what happens. Tim Gren's trying to unlap himself from up to Skyline now. So he's 2 minutes 55 off, 40 seconds behind Prime Call now. He's on his soft stint though. And he's done a 16.1 as a fastest lap, which I completely missed. So that is the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, 16.1 is absolutely insane. That is genuinely not even close to the fastest lap in there. There's no one come close to that realistically through the first couple of stints.
Yeah, that is very quick. Obviously, this is the team that has that had Mahata in it, who's basically very, very close to the quickest in the entire game. So this team have had probably some really good insight from him on how to drive this track and how to use the McLaren to its full potential as well, even if he's not made the full race.
I'd hope so. Pointless to have a driver like that and not use anything he's going to tell you. Can we do a 6 out of Laguna Seca? Absolutely. No, I'm not going to be the one that ends up deciding that, but that's, I hate saying no to driving on Laguna Seca.
The thing is, I want to put in some interesting tracks because that's what we always do. We like to mix things up here, and also not just be like so boring. Okay, Daytona every season, Nürburgring, Nordschleife all the time, Bathurst all the time, Spa all the time. Like there are a lot of good tracks that would be suitable as well.
I would better say if we use those, if we do go traditional for the first calendar, the second calendar probably shouldn't feature any of them.
Oh yeah,
and it's. That's
some wild cards and some like traditional favourites. I think is a good mix. Like Lago would be a good option. Lago Maggiore.
That depends how long you're doing a race around Lago. I don't know.
12 hours of Tsukuba.
Lagoon. Jesus Christ. 12 hours Tsukuba, 24 hours with LMP1. That sounds like that sounds like a wacky race. That's what that sounds like.
So how is Tim Gren going to negotiate this? Because he has to come in soon, like potentially at the end of this lap. I don't know how crucial it is to continue staying out.
Skyline.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do that in that McLaren against the Dodge Viper, but that's besides the point.
I think Lago full would be great because like the tyre wear is also quite high at Lago, so even on ×2 there'd be a lot more pit stops.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
to unlock himself here on Skyline. Well, that went into that 6th gear potentially a little bit too early. We go down the straight to the inside. Attengren has made easy work of that.
So now he only has to unlap himself from 2 more people who are... Well, Marnik's only 11 seconds up the road from Skyline, so he could potentially catch him. Iggy has completely dominated this race so far, which I'm surprised he could still keep it up. 29 laps into this one. How many? We had 70 odd laps. Oh no, we got 70 odd laps this time. We had 50 something last time and 30 something the time before. So he'll be on like 200 laps by the end of this.
Oh yeah, easily. I can imagine also that Iggy will be on the chat or on Discord to his teammates and just be like, "You better not spin. I don't care what else you do. You spin this away, I swear to God."
I know. I think Iggy's live on Twitch if anyone wants to go and see how our race leader's doing. See how much sweat is dripping down his face at this point. But yeah, actually, you know, a good track that would be good for the first season. Either Tokyo East or Tokyo South counterclockwise would both be pretty decent. Even I know it's like a street track, but like
funny.
it's just good, isn't it?
That is quite funny.
East Reigns as well. East Reigns as well.
We've had a look at East for things going to happen in ALR in the near future.
I wonder what that could be.
But yeah, it's actually a really goddamn fun track to do, the East counterclockwise layout. I've definitely not been testing that recently. So yeah, we kind of found we're on the same wavelength, to be honest with you at this point.
East counterclockwise, did you say? Because we did East normal, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Counterclockwise is actually really fun as well. So
okay.
Both work fairly similarly. It's just on the opposite side of the road. It's basically the same, just on the opposite side of the road. But it's actually a pretty fun track as well, to be honest.
Spin and Taz having a little scrap. So Taz has caught 7 seconds on Spin. Just to go back on the whole fuel saving thing, that didn't take too long for Taz to catch back up.
No, it really didn't. I'm still unconvinced, completely unconvinced. I'm going to need someone to talk me through Spin's strategy here. Because I don't understand it. Maybe when it comes to later on, we'll get a full picture of it and we're just waiting for everything to unfold. I just don't...
This is a PG channel, what did I say?
Oh, I'm the outside for Taz! Taz has got a good exit! Can he get himself out of the spin? Side by side as they head towards a ridge. And I think Spin is in trouble now. Yep, and he has been overtaken by Taz. As they head up the hill through Radion. Spin should get this back, but if he's fuel saving, it won't matter anyway.
No, look, he's even dropping behind in Slipstream here. So, Spin's strategy is currently put him in last place. But apparently he stops one less time still. But we're only an hour and 12 minutes into a 3-hour race. So, well, stint. What's happening with... Oh, not that one. Yuri has caught up to the back of Lee Cole now, finally, as well, on his soft tyres. So this is going to be the next little battle. And Skycloud is 8 seconds ahead, and Latari's in once again for his second pit stop there.
I'm more than aware of how endurance racing works. I have been part of them for a long time.
You have to find the right balance, that's the thing, of fuel saving and... I'm
not necessarily...
Trust, if Spin has done like the full stint and compared different strategies, and this one has come out as the quickest, then fair play. If he's doing compare maths...
I was about to say, this is the same guy who failed 3 different strategies to start last season's races. So I have no confidence in this whatsoever. I'm not marking his racing here, by the way, I would like to point out. I am just really confused of what the strategy plan is. Because even if you're going 1 or 2 less, it still doesn't make sense to do 23 laps on a soft, on a medium, to then do potentially another 23, and then still have to find an extra 20 laps.
Fantastic exit out of turn 1 for Yuri. This is going to be his chance to get this position done. Look how he's closing in on Lee Cole, under 4 tenths now. He just needs a solid rally on, and he has managed to get up the hill pretty decently there. He's still closing the gap.
Yeah, he's getting a real good run on Lee Cole here, but I don't know if he's going to get close enough by the time we hit this. No, he's not. Not even close. Why would you take the look there? That was completely unnecessary. You were never getting close enough to that. But yeah, Yuri just starting to work a little bit now. Oh, as soon as I say that, he almost snapped the car into oblivion. He's just keeping it on track, trying to chase down the JP Motorsport driver. Oh, that didn't look good!
A little
he
bit
saved
dodgy
it again!
there. He did well to save it, yeah.
Just about keeping it together, realistically, at this point. This is just trying everything as they go to keep the car on the track at this point, rather than anything else.
Yeah, he's going to have to try and catch up now, but his tyres, especially his rear left, is close to being gone, so he's going to be coming in fairly soon. So we still have Iggy with a 25-point lead. Then we got Marnik in second. Syndra has been promoted to third because Skyline has come in once again off of these mediums. He was 42 seconds behind Iggy when he came in. Then we got Astro, who will take that position off Skyline, and Goose, who is still not too far behind Tim Grin, and he still has 48 seconds on Prime Call, so it's not going too badly at the moment for Goose.
No, it's not. Also, Pekka has reported somebody using eSports reports, so
that's quite funny.
I'm not sure what the plan is there.
Let me just delete that from the channel then, because there's no point in that. It's an off-season race. We are not in eSports.
You're going to have to wait a week and some change for that one.
How long's the change?
1 day.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's 8 days.
8 days until eSports starts, 9 days until Monday League starts.
There goes Goose down the inside of the Skyline. Up in the Skyline.
He came out the pits.
Come out? Ah, right, yeah.
Yeah. See, full tank, mediums, very fresh, so he's going to have to try the hard way to get past Goose here. Are they going to acknowledge that they're on different kind of strategies at the moment, or is Goose going to make his life a bit hard?
Good question. As going through, I reckon Goose probably should try and work with him.
I think Skyline's capable of the 18s on these mediums. Goose is in the 19s currently on average, so Skyline should be able to have him unless he gets held up.
Spin saying for me to be easy on him. No, he was
When's
in the
Pyro
party
ever
for the
got
last...
easy on anyone?
Exactly.
Pyro has people in his DMs crying because they're mean to him on comms sometimes.
He picked the wrong person to be teammates if he wanted me to go easy on him. If anything, that's going to make me go harder.
Yeah. So Syndra's come into the pits now as well. Syndra was behind Skyline, so expecting him to slot into P6 behind Skyline here, but Skyline might be able to get past Goose into the bus stop if he... Well, look at the closing speed for that dodge. He has to brake! He has to brake!
Yeah, he actually has to get on it.
Crazy.
Just couldn't keep the speed going. You have to go into the bus stop chicane here now then. Goose.
Ooh. Oh, Goose completely...
Oh, why? Just, yeah, botched it.
I was like,
completely botched it.
Please take this position off me. I don't want it. So let's ride on board with Goose and see what happened.
It had to be a snap because there is no other reason why he'd gone that far out wide if it wasn't. I think he may have gone too far to the inside here.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has.
Got on the throttle too early and it wasn't a good idea. But he might actually get Sky. Oh no, he won't. Skyline's in the dodge. He's not going to be catching him.
Aston Martin, which is notoriously bad at the top end, versus the Dodge, which is notoriously one of, if not the best cards at the top end. Yeah, I can't imagine how that goes.
Gap between 7 and 8 is currently 87 seconds. So Tim Gren is closing the gap. And there is still a long way to go. Still not even halfway through this stint. So these guys, you know, fatigue is going to be a thing in the second half of the stint, especially. A lot of these guys aren't used to racing for this long. And yeah, so 87 seconds to get between them two. Ooh, that really ate that curve there.
A reminder that this is, I'm pretty sure anyway, the longest stint we'll do. We've done in ALR in any facet.
Yeah.
I think the only one that even comes close would have been, what, Season 1 Nordschleife? I guess the eSports, something like that, because they were fully double.
That 2.5 hours, I think, some of these final rounds in eSports have been, not 3. So yeah, I think it has been the longest, because even ACC's maximums have been about just an hour usually, and then the charity races are all 2-hour stints.
Yeah, so it's going to be the single longest stint of anything we've done in the league. So they are all going to take they're all under a massive undertaking here on this on the track right now. So they've just got to settle in, find a rhythm, find the consistency, and get themselves into a position where they can be comfortable for the next, just shy of 40 laps.
Jesus Christ. So it is now past 4 o'clock. We start at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So we are 6 hours in. We're basically almost at the halfway point of this event. When you factor in, there are like little 15-minute breaks in between. Ooh, oh, that was dodgy as, but Syndra managed to escape that one.
Jesus, there is another universe where that could have gone horrendously wrong for both cars. Lico gets this. Jesus.
That is bad.
Tell it, Syndra probably had a code red as well there.
No harm done. No harm done. So Lee Cole's in the pits now. He was 11th when he came in. He's probably going to drop all the way to the back again. Timed it perfectly on 0% fuel. Skycloud came in early. Skycloud did get past Lee Cole in the previous stint. Was in 11th, and Yuri is also in. Taz has 2.4 seconds to catch Spin. Spin on his unusual strategy, lapping in the 20s and 21s at the moment. Taz, previous lap was a 27, so something happened to Taz. That's not, or is he? He hasn't been in the pits because look at it. Look at his tires.
No, he hasn't. And then that one of those times would be about 20 seconds longer if he had.
Yes. So
I don't think you're coming out with a 27 and a 20 out of this pit stop, either that or you've used the wrong goddamn pit lane.
Yeah, Taz has been in the wars for sure.
I mean, Spin's 20s aren't the worst times in the world, admittedly. I'll give him that. When he gets to the end of his stints and he's doing 21s and 22s, that's where he's got issues.
He's in 20s and 21s for the whole stint by the looks of it. He used to be in the 20s, really? Just like consistently?
Issues everyone around him is doing low 19s and high 18s, and yeah, that gap's gonna... Oh, Taz spun.
Taz spun, okay. Makes sense.
Skyline
unfortunate for Taz.
Just that little bit.
Yeah, Skyline is only 1.2 ahead of Goose, though. Both of them, well, and Goose is going to come in a little bit sooner than Skyline. So, yeah, Goose impressing me on this stint. I was a bit worried when I saw his name next to all these really fast guys who usually race at eSports when he's in our Tier 3. But yeah, he's given a good account of himself, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely has. He's held it a lot better than we thought he would. Especially when you got people like Prime Colin Attengren that obviously started a year and a half behind him, but doing a pretty good job of keeping them at bay. Chat saying that I'm starting to understand it. I still need explaining where the extra 20 laps are coming from.
Well, They haven't said if he's going to try and do soft tires or not. That's what we need clarified from Team Teabagging.
I don't understand. If he goes to hards, then. Eesh. Aye.
So, Astro out after his most recent stop. He is 10 seconds behind Syndra. He's on the medium. Syndra is pit a couple laps earlier, also on the mediums. So, yeah, Syndra's managed to get past Astro and have a good gap over him at this stage. And now he's got 11 seconds behind Goose. Goose is going to come in fairly soon, though, so he might be able to pick him off purely through strategy in the pits rather than having to do an on-track overtake. And then that puts Falcon back in the top 4 by the end of the stint.
Yep, that's true. They needed this stint because before their stint, and they dropped to 7th with Finn. It looked a little bit bleak for what Falcon are usually capable of.
Yeah. So NTO is saying, do we agree that if he only does 2 stops, it's a good strategy? Personally, the answer's...
That depends on what you're going on.
The answer is if he goes on softs, he's screwed, and if he goes on hards, he's screwed. He can't stay on mediums the whole time, otherwise it would have been a good strategy. But either of those options is suicide, because you can't do 20-odd laps on the softs, and if you go on the hards, you're going to be lapping in the 23s and 24s, and you're just going to finish last anyway. So, no is the answer to your question, mate, for me.
Spin started in did Spin start in 11th?
Let me tell you. He started in 11th, and he is currently in 11th, yeah.
So he started in 11th, so if he didn't end 11th or higher, then the answer is no. Definitively, the answer would be no. If you decided that you're going to stop two stops less, in which, in theory, a completely valid strategy. You're creating what?
Ooh, someone's
80 seconds less of pit stops.
Oh, it's Iggy, our race leader, who's built up a 26-lap lead. It's a second stop, right?
Lead.
A 26-second lead. Look, I've been talking so long.
26-lap lead, incredible.
To be honest,
what a run!
I've made less mistakes on this 6-hour stream so far than I do normally with just doing little comps, so it's fine. I'm quite pleased with myself. So Mane's going to take the lead of the race here again, and he's going to stay out for another 5 or 6 laps as well.
Yeah, that's certainly going to try and get to over half race distance now. So he's going to try and get to probably 40 or so before he's pitting. Iggy is still here, yes.
Iggy's got a 97 second lead over Skyline, even though Skyline's made an extra pit stop. Skyline only started the race 20 seconds down, so we need to see what this gap has increased to between Iggy and Skyline when Iggy comes out.
2:20.5, and that kind of time is not going to be particularly impressive. I saw the last stint where people were doing 18s on the medium tyres, so
yep.
It's time for Skyline. There's time Skyline needs to find. Otherwise, they're going to be locked into just third, most likely. Obviously, depending on how the rain goes, because Iggy's not driving the rain, and there is a lot that can go wrong if you get this rain stint.
Oh, I'm already imagining it. Like, by lap 5, whoever's doing the rain stint has lost the lead for Iggy that he spent 6 hours playing something.
Quite frankly, if that happens, I think my crash out at the beginning of the stint may be absolutely nothing to the crash out we'll see from Iggy.
So basically, the gap's increased between Iggy and Skyline from 20 seconds at the end of the previous stint to about 48 seconds. So over a second a lap quicker Iggy is than Skyline on average at this stage of the race. And this is the guy in 3rd place.
Yeah, Prime called into the pits now.
Yeah, this is Prime Call's 3rd stop now.
Bear in mind, Prime Call will have to take a stop extra than everyone else in this race because of the damage at the start. So He's now just trying to keep himself as far ahead of Asengren as he possibly can.
Yeah. So this is Francol's third stop. Spin's still on his first. He's only on his second stint. So he's
Taz just come in.
Yeah, Taz coming in. He's going to try and get an undercut done on who was he battling with? Spin, wasn't he?
I'm with Jin here. We will see the two-stop when we'll believe it when we see it. Because it's just.
Well, this will be the first time we see hard tires anyway. When Spin comes in.
Choice.
On lap 40, what is it? 40?
It'll be 47.
47,
so if he does
48?
the exact same what he did in the first stint, he'll do to lap 47.
Yeah.
In which he has to find, 25 laps out of somewhere. And he hasn't been able to do that on a tank of fuel in either stint so far, by the way. I'd like to point that out. So his fuel saving is going to have to go...
Turbo.
Somehow... Yeah, he's going to have to go even further into fuel saving, which, I mean, technically, you are going to save about somewhere between 80 to 90 seconds on the two pit stops. So, I mean, I can see the logic.
Oh, look at this little battle for last place.
Yeah. I also saw the logic in Sick Boy's Daytona fucking run before that went horribly wrong. So, you know.
That was a good overtake for Taz, quite straightforward in the end. But Yuri, you might notice, has got front bumper damage.
I'm not sure
So are we going to see him coming into the pits at the end of the lap potentially? He's just started his stint as well, so this is the worst timing possible for Yuri. And Team Speed are not looking too speedy.
No, they're also very nearing if he has to go pit into that, nearing that limit of that 8.5 minutes.
8.5 minutes is the new lowest possible time, and well, we are almost at the halfway point of this stint. And yeah, the time for these guys increased from about 5.5 minutes to 7 minutes and 15. So they're on course to be at the 8.5 minute kind of thing. But Marnik still hasn't come into the box yet. Important to note, he's got to make an extra pit stop. But yeah, he's making this stint count and last. He's got 18.5 seconds on Iggy. Iggy's got around about 50 on Skyline now, and he's just set his quickest lap in the 16s.
Yeah, I wonder if we're in a situation here where Marnik's going to try and do one stop less.
Yeah, potentially.
And if that could be interesting, because I don't know if Iggy's got enough pace to break that kind of gap.
Well, it would make things really close at the end, no matter who was ahead, if that ends up happening. Oh, that was Asseldor. Where is he?
For fuck's sake.
Just a little trip off. Oh, he's coming out of the pits.
Okay.
But did he make a mistake? It looked a bit dodgy. No, it's fine. He was fine. I take it back.
Okay, don't do this to me, Ross. Don't do this to me.
And he's out of the pits. He's got 15 seconds on Latari. He's on the softs and Latari's on the mediums as well. So this will be a push stint for Asseldor to try and... I mean, he's dropped to 5 minutes behind now. He started 4 minutes behind, so he's about... What is it, like...
Admittedly, he had done an extra stop than Marnik.
He has done an extra stop, yeah. Keep forgetting about that. So on Iggy... To be fair, Iggy's only 17. Yeah, he only shaved 17 seconds off.
It'll be about 40 seconds slow over the stint up to this point.
Yes, like a second a lap down on Iggy potentially. So far,
about where we would have thought we would have been anyway.
Yeah, so it's not the worst. Still hanging in there. Only gone just above 5 minutes off of the current leader, but that'll go down to about 4 minutes and 40-ish seconds.
I reckon the aim is to just try and solidify P9 for Queen's Head at the moment.
The wet stint is coming up. Anything is possible. If you guys, in theory, or this goes for any team, in theory, could be the only ones that A, don't hit the wall and get damage, and B, actually get the call right on whether to be on whatever tyre they think is the correct tyre and at the right time. Because, you know, it could be wets, it could be inters. Some people, it might even, like, we know what GT's physics are like, even though the settings I picked shouldn't allow for it. We could have a few laps of dry, where the dry tyres are superior. Who knows? I don't think it'll happen. It could, though. So, you know, with all that, and no one knows what the weather slots are going to be but me as well, until I actually put the lobby up.
Know that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you're on a team. I wasn't going to tell you. I know you would tell your team. So.
I prefer a surprise anyway. It makes the reactions more genuine.
Is it known what rain would be?
Ross is the only person who knows.
I'm the only one.
Literally, the only person out of everybody involved that knows. And the rest of us will figure it out as we go along.
And those that know me would know that I do like a bit of chaos. That's all I'm saying.
Not as much as I do.
Well, yeah, because even I wouldn't put Big Willow on a calendar, and you've done that for eSports.
I was about to say, Pyro, which stint am I doing? I'm doing the 1 hour one because I'm smart and not going to make too much of an ass of myself.
That's fair.
Admittedly, I also didn't choose what stint I was doing, so that's beside the point. Now I'll be back. I will be doing the hour one, have an hour away, and then we'll be back in the cons box to get absolutely ripped to shreds afterwards.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll be on Pyro watch for that full hour. So
my entire aim is just to not spin the car. That is the baseline. Anything else is a positive. Iggy and Taz getting out the way for Iggy.
Good little teamwork.
Syndra's 11 seconds off Skyline. That gap has been cut down rather significantly in this stint.
Yeah, 18 flat was the last lap, 4/10 quicker than what Skyline's managed. So, but the thing is, Syndra might struggle to get past the dodge when he catches up.
Hold on a minute.
What?
Why has everyone in chat got an idea that I'm slow? Oh, Astronaut! Oh, talking about slow engine damage!
Engine damage! Let's see what happened there. I was too busy reading the chat when this happened, because you were like, look at the chat.
I looked up from the chat just to see the AstroTurf, and then the car go in a very wrong direction.
There we go. When you put your tyres on that dark green AstroTurf, this is what happens. And he's got the engine damage as well. Oh, well, man.
If you're Goose in your prime call, you're loving life.
if you're literally everyone behind, because this is going to cost him a lot of time. This has come at a bad time as well, because he's completely out of kilter with the pit stop windows. He's not in any kind of pit stop window. So, yeah, he's going to lose the spot to Goose. He's probably going to lose that spot to Prime Call and come out between Prime Call and Timgren. So Prime Call up to 6th, Goose back up to 5th after losing that spot to Syndra. And Syndra looking pretty in 4th now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many times Attingren's pitted compared to how many times Prime Call's pitted. But I like to point out
that spins faster than someone.
Attingren was only 22. Was a 22 seconds behind, by the way, at Prime Call in 7th and 8th.
Yeah. This is why I love that we put on heavy damage for this, because it is causing a lot of chaos. I love a bit of chaos.
Who doesn't love a little bit of chaos? Let's be honest.
Goose is easily going to come through and take that position. So T3 triple threat. This is the team, all black kind of livery. Sam put them in a great position. I think they were 2nd after stint 1 and 3rd after stint 2, or maybe 3rd and 4th. And now he's going to drop really low. Meanwhile, Marnik is also peeled into the pits. So Iggy retakes the lead here. Let's see how much time he has to stay stationary for. I think it might be 5.
It's fueling at the moment.
It's fuel. Now it's fixing. There's 5 seconds so far. About 5 seconds you need to fix engine damage. Very realistic.
Realistic in what terms? Hold on, you fix an engine in 5 minutes, 5 seconds flat? Hold on.
So Iggy takes the lead again. Marnik is currently putting in his fuel. He's going to come out comfortably ahead of Skyline for Project Platypus. So it is, as you were, Aero, GT, Inferno, and PP in third, with Falcon in fourth. So yeah, the 4 esports teams in the top 4. The highest non-esports team now is Apex Hunter. I don't think they've joined for next season.
They have not. No.
Maybe in the future.
I mean, yeah, that'd say there's still time if they wish, but I think they just do the.
You got 15 teams now, though, haven't you?
Unless Wax checked the form recently, it's still at 14.
14.
Knowledge.
Oh, so we got one more spot left.
There is another spot. Yeah. To my knowledge, obviously, if Wack is watching this and ends up checking the sheet and it's different, so he'll probably let me know.
We've got 2 Aero GT teams. We've got Falcon and also Jensen's new team, because half of Falcon have left Falcon and formed what's it called?
NWR.
NWR. And then we've got Project Platypus back again. FGR, are they back again?
Yeah,
the reigning champions are trying to defend the championship. That's good to hear.
They also took Matty back off of Jensen's team as well. I saw that the other day. It was quite, I found that quite funny.
So that's 6. We've got Apex back and we've got Pegasus back, of course.
Yeah.
And then we've got a bunch of new guys. We've got Inferno, obviously, who are racing here in P2 right now.
Marnik's down in that team, so this is a preview. I think Berger's also in this race tonight, so that'll be an extra preview as well of team captain.
And then I still need 5 teams.
So FSC is one of them, which is Friendship Crew, who aren't here. It's yeah, they're completely new. I no
unknown quantity.
Yeah. Pretty much. GFX, which is a Polish team that Zico brought in. So they've just recently brought all their guys into the server.
Okay.
Again, a rather unknown quantity. Not sure where they're going to be. Ragnarok Racing, which is Monty's group.
Oh yeah, I did hear Monty had entered. That's interesting. So is that going to be a team of people who race in ALR, or a team of people he knows from outside of ALR?
Both, by the sounds of things. So it's him, Brummy, Max Epico, who we used to have in F1.
I remember. Yeah, he's done maybe 1 or 2 rounds in GT before as well. I remember putting him in tiers.
And a team captain called M. Walter. So the new one to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one to keep an eye out on. Then there's, I'm gonna get this up real quick. I have the list.
Who have you forgot?
Everyone. No.
Oh my God! You know who we forgot? We forgot Arix.
eSports only have 1 day to register.
Ooh, a little bit wide there for Spin. Now Skycloud is all over the back of him as we end the 40th lap of this 72 lap stint. Skycloud on fairly worn softs compared to Spin, who's on similarly worn mediums, to be honest.
Yeah. Then there's RCR.
Yes, RCR, who tried to qualify but unfortunately missed out on the qualifying for this race. But luckily they won't have to qualify for eSports with how many teams have signed up.
Yeah. We've got Pegasus, we've got Apex, we've got Falcon, Project.
I think we've got them all now.
Stop messaging Queen's Head, God damn it. I'm trying to click on
Oh,
something else.
around the outside, and that is... Oh, actually, Spin's trying to come back round. Skycloud didn't give him much room, but Spin's got the inside for the next corner, keeps it, and keeps P11 for now, but I think Skycloud's just going to send it here. Absolutely. Of course, the door was left open, and that is quite an easy corner to get an overtake done when you can get on the inside. So Skycloud back up to 11th again, Well, it's going to have to come into the pits before too long. Goes a little bit wide around there. Spin might actually be able to get past, but Skycloud's going defensive for Puon. And Spin...
Yeah, not going to happen.
Yeah, Spin's
not
going really gentle around there. So, P11 and Skycloud should be able to stretch a little bit of a lead into 11th place. So yeah, Jacko was just saying for HR, if there's more races like this, they'll stick around. There probably will be, so definitely stick around. But if you're interested in esports, the format's different because 3 of you race at the same time per team, and it happens on a Sunday night. So if you're interested in that, just mention it somewhere in Discord. Maybe tag the helpers so that the right person can get in touch. We can't because we're streaming for the next 6 hours still. No, not 6. We're on 4:30. 7 hours. 7 hours.
Saying 7. Tag some extra time onto that. Yeah, definitely. I went a little bit quiet because I was trying to figure out the
which teams you're actually going to be dealing with next season.
We got the 14. We got the 14.
Okay. Cool.
We're at the list.
What's the lap number of the leader? The leader is on lap 44 now, so we are getting through these laps at pace here. Iggy with a 47-second lead over Marnik. So Marnik's still putting in some good times, but Iggy, look at these. 16.8 is his fastest lap. Still some way off of Tim Grin's fastest, 7/10. But low 17s, even though his tyres are pretty much 50% worn. This is a 17.8, so his worst lap on the stint is still in the 17s. Marnik on the mediums is lapping in the 18s on his first lap, for reference, so he's losing about a second a lap compared to Iggy currently. And then Skyline in the 19s, he's just dipped into the 19s, he's in the high 18s and low 19s, and he's got a half-second penalty as well, just to bring himself a little bit close to Syndra, who as well is, apart from that, is lapping fairly similarly, 18s and 19s for Syndra as well. And then Goose has dropped 57 seconds off the back of Syndra, but he's got 28 on Prime Call, lapping in the 19s and 20s. Very, very consistent for Goose. He might not have the pace of these top guys that he's racing against, but he's not made any mistakes, and a lot of other people have, including Prime Call, who had to pit on lap 1, who's 28 seconds behind him, and about to make a pit stop a lot earlier than Goose as well. So Goose might actually finish this stint in the top 5 because Prime Call's made mistakes and Astro's made mistakes, and everyone else, including Tim Gren, the fastest guy on the track, have just been way too far behind because of what's happened in the first 2 stints.
Yeah, pretty much. There's still a long way to go. I think Tim Gren's going to have a real good shot at these at some point. He's going to have to pit real soon though. So we'll get a better idea of whereabouts he actually is.
Absolutely.
Upcoming.
So he's 2 minutes 56 down. Let's see how far back Spider were at the end of the last stint.
Ghosted with damage and fighting Jin had well over 3 minutes. So
it was 3 minutes 45 was when he was allowed to start, compared to 40. So actually it was just over. It's 3 minutes and 5 seconds. He was down. So he's gained 10 seconds on Iggy. Yeah, definitely the quickest man in this stint, which makes sense because he's got the fastest lap in the race as well, of including all the other stints.
Looks like Lemon just woke up, the Australian.
Welcome from the other side of the world. What time is it? What time did you have to wake up for this?
Well, to be fair, I know his stint is at 2:30 in the morning.
His team have put in a good shift here because they are still in 5th place. Who else was on this team? AHR.
It was Ridwan.
It was Ridwan who put in a great stint. Jacko had bags of pace, but the rain came and he didn't own wet tires, so I mean, you might want to have a word with him about that. But other than, like, I think he'd worked his way up into the top 2 before the rain came down, and yeah, so that's where the 2 minutes have gone, essentially.
Don't remind me, guys.
Oh yeah, Jacko's in the chat. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, Jacko, you know, that's going to be much like T-Bot now. Is going to be there just the entirety of the night, the entirety of the day. You kind of just have to put up with it.
Yeah. So Jin wants us to go over the standings. So we've got Aero GT P1 with Iggy, Inferno P2 with Marnik, making their ALR debut, and they're currently in a solid 2nd place. Skyline in P3 for Project Platypus, Syndra P4 for Falcon, Goose P5 for AHR Apex Hunter Racing, again another team making the debut today. Prime Call for Aero GT in 6th, Astro for T3 in 7th. I've actually learned all the teams by this point. Tim Gren is in 8th for Spider, about to put a lap in 10th place. Then we've got Asseldor in 9th place for Queen's Head Racing, which is the team that Pyro's in, and he'll be racing in stint 5. Then we have Latari, Apex Hunter, not Apex Hunter, just Apex. Just to make things confusing, we've got an Apex Racing and an Apex Hunter. So Latari's 10th. Spin is 11th for Teabaggers. Then we've got Lee Cole. Lee Cole is in 12th place for JP Motorsports. Taz is in 13th for Aero GT, so we've got 3 Aero GT cars here. Skycloud is in 14th for Danger Vortex Racing. And Yuri is in 15th for Team Speed.
Yeah.
So there is the rundown for you guys.
I absolutely love how the TBG is just turned into Teabaggers. I
can't say the letters TBG. It just, you know, like T bag bug. Like, come on, like they made it too easy for me. They should have picked a different name. Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, that's true. Spin is currently 20 seconds ahead of Lee Cole.
Yeah, he's got 20 seconds on Lee Cole. He is how many laps away? 3 laps away from making his second stop. And then what's he going to do? Go on hard tyres to the end?
I'm really confused, because quite frankly, it would make sense to me for him to go soft afterwards. That would probably have been the smart option if you were trying to continue with this strategy, I guess. If you're going to go 2-stop, go to hards, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that time is going to be just too slow. Especially when mediums have gone the entire goddamn thing.
How many laps down is Spin? So, Iggy currently on lap 47. Spin is currently on lap 44. So
he still has to do 69 laps. Nice.
Is it 3 laps? It might not be completely 3 laps down. It might be 2 and a bit laps down. Yeah, definitely 2 and a bit. He's not 3 laps down.
At least. He'll be at least two laps down. He's got to have to do at least 69
on the verge of
laps.
dehydration.
That's why he did the pits. He's getting a drink.
Just one more hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, Jin, you're right. He only has to do 69. However, he then has to do... So he's done a 1, a 23, and a 23, which means that his final stint is still going to have to be 22 laps.
Maybe 21, because he'll fall another lap down on Iggy.
Yeah. Maybe 21. So, where... No one else had done softs to 21 laps. I'll just point that out. I don't think they've actually got close. I think the fact that the front have been doing...
I don't know,
like
Jin sounds like he's been converted over to the teabagging ways here. He's trying to argue on their side.
It's just confusing, because, like, the front guys at the front are doing 10 laps on softs, 11 laps on softs, depending on when they think the drop-off is. And Spin's over here is like 21. Take it or leave it.
Jin's assuring us that he's not being converted. So, Tim Gren out on the softs. This is gonna be another incredibly quick stint for the Spider GT driver then. Let's see if he can actually get into the 15s, because he was only a 10th and a half away from getting into the 15s on the previous stint.
And they're back towards a minute and 10 behind Prime Call. He has definitely closed that gap down severely.
Oh, 100%. Prime Call's going to be in soon as well, so he might, he should get Prime Call comfortably before the end of this full stint that we're racing in. And Prime Call's only 1.3 behind Astro. Obviously, Astro's staying out a bit longer. So let's join Prime Call and see if he can actually get this move done before he goes in.
Veronica said, bet you $5 he does mediums. Well, then he doesn't comply with the rules, so...
BX agrees that a 2-stop race is crazy.
No, quite a way behind Astro at the moment. Yeah, that's Prime Call down the straight. Makes you can finally see the T3 triple threat car in front of him. Also, I'm pretty sure Sam is going to be incredibly impressed with Astro in this stint.
Are you being sarcastic?
Very.
I was gonna say, like, did you forget about the engine damage?
That's very sarcastic.
Yeah, well, whatever happens in these first 3 stints might be completely forgotten by the end of stint 4.
That's true.
Because
I wonder if it's going to be Astro again.
there's going to be,
I
can guarantee, there's going to be one person who gets engine damage at least twice. Guarantee it. It's going to dry out, people be like, oh, let's put on the softs, and then, like, you know, what's going to happen? Probably another downpour before they can even get use of it.
We've already seen some very, very questionable decisions when it comes to the rain. Syndra's one comes to mind, albeit it worked.
Iggy might be doing an extra stop on Marnik, but he does have 50 seconds. This might be close. If Iggy doesn't put in a full tank of fuel here, it might be close between Iggy and Marnik coming out with this 50-second gap.
Yeah. Anonymous just confirmed that Astro is stepping out of the car after this. There'll be Anonymous going in.
Who's going to be faster at karting between me and you?
You. Because
Yeah, I
have
agree.
done karting before and I got absolutely massacred.
That was years ago. Maybe all this racing you've done on GT might have actually made you quicker. Don't do what like you do in the actual karting championship that we just had though on GT. Those karts are not like real life karts.
What? Win races? Just fucking
Yeah, well,
drop to the floor.
No, well, you could try and do, you know, like hardly ever braking for corners and and flying straight into the tyre barriers in real life.
Admittedly, with the drifting, it's actually drifting is probably more what you've got to do because I don't drift at all. I actually drive like I'm driving a Group 3 car.
There's Iggy just ahead. He's already out. Marnik might be able to get him with the faster speed through Elruz and Radion. There's Iggy. This is going to be close between the two of them.
I don't think he's getting him.
Iggy is out on softs with the exact same amount of fuel as Marnik has on the mediums, and he's done literally just enough to stay ahead, which means he's just going to, ideally for him, fly away now on these soft tyres and make it count, and then they'll both come in at the same time for the final stint, which is probably going to be soft tyres as well. Skyline's also in, so similar strategy to Iggy here. Is he going to be putting on softs like Iggy though? That's the question.
Yeah, Marnik's done this. Done a blinder with the last stop, by the way, to bring himself back to Iggy.
Yeah. That was pretty. To be honest, he's in the Aston. I don't know what the Aston's like on fuel. Do you?
Not necessarily. I'm pretty sure there'll be someone in the
Yeah, someone tell us what the Aston's like on fuel. Is it average? Is it good? Is it, you know, good at fuel saving without losing time, all that kind of stuff? Because we never use it on Mondays because they've put the worst downforce on it possible.
Yeah, the stock car is pathetic.
Yeah. So Skyline's out, and he is 45 seconds behind Syndra, but Syndra definitely has to come in fairly soon as well with the amount of fuel he's got left.
Apparently it's average.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Spin. Has Spin come in yet?
Spin?
Yeah.
Spins
in.
in.
There we go. Alright, here we go. We have an answer. Lap 47. So he did 23 and then 23. Actually, he did 23 then 22.
And he's probably going to do less than 23 this time because he's not going to race until the checkered flag because he's a couple of laps down now.
He's going to have to do about 21. Yeah, he's going to have to do about 21 here. So the real question is now...
Let's see what tyres he comes
going to.
It's obviously going to be... if he's on softs, he has to pit again. If he's on hards, he can go to the end. If he's on softs and he tries to go to the end, this is going to be very funny.
I love how they actually got a Yorkshire tea thing on the front of their car as well, just in case they hadn't brought the tea bag thing enough.
Love that.
It's got to be hard, surely, if he'd go to the end.
Here we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's going to be on hards. Yuri's out on softs right now. He's going to get ahead of him here. And Taz is out on softs. He was 12 seconds behind coming into the pits. He's going to be a lot closer than that now. 6 seconds. So Taz has 6 seconds to catch, and he's on softs compared to hard tyres. This is going to be
we'll have to pit again.
3 laps maximum. Taz is going to be ahead. He is going to have to pit again, but he's going to put on softs again and be even quicker because Spin's going to be on worn hards by the time that he comes in.
So this is either going to
So
work
it's a shootout.
like a
What's better, one hard stint or 2 soft stints with this extended pit lane? If we had the other Spa layout, the GP layout, I'd say that soft would 100% be quicker. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. This is the one stint that you could use the hard tyres and they wouldn't be trash.
Yeah. Mainly because you have to go so fucking long.
Oh my god, NTO's wavering now. He's saying that Pyro's maybe right. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there for Taz. So let's see, who's coming in soon?
I don't understand.
Syndra's coming in soon. Oh, Asseldor's in.
They won't be the best on pace. You don't say. Well done, Will Buxton. Didn't know we had you in the chat.
No, but it's not just being on the hards. They have to short shift as well. Well, maybe not because there's so many laps down.
Well, they're gonna have to do 21. They're gonna go 69 laps.
Don't change my words. I'm in charge here. I'll say what I want.
So they're gonna have to. So they're gonna have to do 21 laps, right? Because they've just gone to 40. Pit on the end of 46 actually. So it's gonna go. If they go to 69, they'll have to do 23 on the hards. They're gonna have to fuse short shift because he's only done 23 on the last 2 stints. So he's gonna have to short shift on hard tires, and somehow still end up being 11th.
Lord Asseldor comes out of the
Good
pits.
luck
He's going to be
with
on soft tyres. He's going to do 2 more soft stints towards the end of the stint, just like that we saw Taz doing. So the McLaren teams, even though they're on different teams, they all drive the McLaren. They all kind of came to the same conclusion in terms of strategy here. Asseldor slots back out in 9th, just where he was. He was close to Latari before. Latari isn't even... he's just coming around the bus stop now, so Asseldor is comfortably ahead of Latari. And
Spin. Go on, Asseldor. Quick work of that one.
yeah, Spin's going to have to get out of the way of him at some point as well. And Taz not too far behind. The gap, by the way, was 6 seconds between Taz and Spin, and now it is 1.9, 1.7, 1.6, 1.6.
Okay, so Ando in the chat, right, is saying that the 23 laps does not need to be short shift. Nice one, Asseldor. The 23 laps is not necessarily a short shift.
Well, that's good.
Question then, what has he been doing the entire race? Because both of his last 2 stints have been 23 laps, and you told us earlier on he was short shifting. So one of them is true. They both cannot be true.
There we go, Taz above Spin, so Spin's in 14th now. Taz has to crack on because he is going to probably have to overtake Spin again before the end of the race because he's going to have to refuel, but he doesn't have to be hindered by anything. He can just push flat out for the rest of the race. Yuri, meanwhile, is 46 seconds behind Spin. So, and Yuri is above the 8.5 second maximum window here, but he's on the softs, so maybe he could... No, he's not going to be lapping quicker than the leaders.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the gap between Iggy and Marnik is 5.8. So Iggy came out just ahead of Marnik, remember, out of the pits. And he's managing to gap him. He is on the soft tyres as well, so it is expected. Marnik just needs to try and keep that gap as small as possible.
This is good news for Marnik, because it was significantly larger, that gap. There's about 20 odd seconds.
Absolutely.
So he's got this right. He's definitely got this right to try and cut that gap right back down. He just needs to now do it in a way where he's not going to lose too much time to Iggy on this next stint. I wonder if he's going to... How long he's going to try and drag this out on those medium tyres.
So Syndra will be on his in-lap here, so...
42 seconds there or thereabouts ahead of Skyline at the moment.
Skyline on the soft, but his will be slightly more worn than Syndra's when he comes in. Unless Syndra's going to try and do a medium stint to the end, then he will end up in 3rd place most likely by the end of the stint.
And Attengren trying to get himself unlapped by yet another person.
Yeah. Tim Grin
Also,
16
he's
flat,
ahead
by the way. Almost
ahead of
managed to get in the
Prime Call.
15s, but not quite. He's ahead of Prime Call by 9.7 seconds. Prime Call's got some damage.
Prime got damage. Oh,
Look at that. He set a
no,
3-minute
again!
lap. He set a 3-minute lap. Or is that him coming into the pits, potentially? One of those, lap 48, 49, 50, one of those is where he made his mistake, and two of them is in lap and out lap.
Oh, that is not good news for Prime Call.
No, he needs to kind of stay out until he can... Well, he could pit now and just put on mediums to the end. That's probably the safest option for him.
Well, this is interesting. I wonder how far Assador's behind him now.
It doesn't. Assador's over a lap behind. That's why it's not showing.
It's
2 minutes and 5 seconds. There you go.
he's not over a lap behind.
Well, he probably managed to unlap himself in that most recent sector, and it's just caught up with itself after Prime Call's mistake. So Assador is now 2 minutes behind, which is you know, when we're only at the halfway stage of this 12-hour race, isn't the worst. 1 minute 58. It keeps coming down actually. So the next time he crosses a sector line, if Prime Call made a mistake in this final sector,
seconds on Latari.
He has, yeah. 157.
This is going to be interesting then. This could get very interesting very quickly.
Can we have a weather update from someone, because there's another dark cloud in the sky.
In comes Syndra.
Right, while he's in the pits, I'll be back in a quick second.
Alright, let's see what we can see outside of what happened with Syndra, because he's the only person we can technically watch on the track right now. I have to deal with counting the amount of pixels I can see on my screen currently. Everyone seems to be a little bit spread out at this point in time, going through a couple of people going through the end of the lap, so that'll be Skyline and company. We'll see how close everyone is going to be. It's clear weather radar, so no issues in terms of the weather in this 3-hour stint. Through the first 50 laps, only watching Syndra fill up the car. There's a couple of people who are starting to come closer to each other in that second chicane. Probably get to see that when Ross comes back. Don't know if it's people fighting each other or not. Syndra out of the pits now, full tank. Skyline has gone by. Skyline has gone by quite some margin. See what the actual gap is now then between Syndra and the group. I think he's comfortably ahead of Goose, still 30 odd seconds ahead of Goose, 15 seconds behind Skyline, which means the full tank, a full pit stop, is somewhere in the region of about 56 seconds. Interesting. So it'd be somewhere about 55 seconds for a pit stop. Have we miscalculated this the entire time?
What do you mean?
Syndra's pit stop there compared to where Skyline was. It was about 30 odd seconds or something of that nature. Like, it's closer to 40 seconds between the two, if I remember right. It's now 17 seconds the other way.
Do you think Syndra can catch? I mean, Skyline's going to have to pit again, and Syndra's not going to have to pit again, so I think...
So the answer is yes.
Yeah, unless Skyline could have a blind, though, because he's going to be on better tyres for the rest of the race. This is basically a pretty good battle for P3 here. Goose is only 10 seconds behind, but he has to come in again. Astro has to come in again. Tim Grin has to come in again.
Got 17 seconds.
And Prime Call's carrying on with his damage. What is his lap time going to be? He set a 21 and a high 20, so it's not the worst, you know, because he's on the soft, so it's mitigating how slow he is, because he's still got the grip.
He's now on the same pace as Spin on medium tyres with fuel saving.
Yeah. That's true. Actually, he's quicker than Spin. Let's see. So he's in lapping a 20.8. Spin, where is Spin? A 23.
On the hard tyres, 23, 24.4.
He's lost about 10 seconds to Yuri as well. And he's lost 12 seconds to Taz since Taz overtook him. But he is going to be ahead of Taz in a few laps.
I was about to say, don't forget he's got to pit at least once less than everybody else, maybe even twice.
The gap between him and Sky Cloud is currently 37 seconds. So when SkyCloud goes and puts on another set of softs, she should quite easily be able to get him. And then there's add another 14 seconds, so 37.14. That's like 51. So Lee Call should be a full pit stop, pretty much clear of spin already when he comes in, which is probably going to be right now.
We're about to find out. Yeah, I'm about to say we're about to find out.
It'll be close. It'll definitely be close.
He's not going soft to the end, I don't think.
No, he'll have to go on the mediums with 20 odd laps to go. He's 2 laps down, 2 and a bit laps down. He might end up 3 laps down before the end. So SkyCloud's going to go through right now. There she goes. So it's clear weather, so we're still not expecting any rain the next 20 laps. And then straight afterwards, get ready.
No rain until there is a lot of rain.
Well, that's how it works in Spa. Like, it looks completely fine, and then all of a sudden it's the worst rain that they've ever had. So I was reading. This is going back many years when I was reading about Spa. Oh dear!
Round! He's round, and he's got damage at the front. And all of a sudden, that don't have to pit the same amount of time, less time than other people, has just fallen very much by the wayside.
The hard tyres have no grip. And this is the risk that you take when you go on hard tyres. This is why a lot of people don't use hard tyres in Monday League as well. Go a little bit wide and they're... Can't park there, sir. Good little 360 though. Didn't lose too much time, but does have damage. Let's see if he's gone into the pits anyway. He's carried on, he hasn't gone into the pits. Are you gonna... You cannot, surely, on hard tyres, go to the end of the race. Just put on some softs, man. You're going to have the maximum time penalty, surely, at this stage. 2 minute 30 was his last lap. Lee Cole is a full, comfortably ahead of him with that spin. It should have been a lot closer than that.
Mid one. There shouldn't be a reason he's on the hards anyway. Never mind running too low downforce. I feel like the other 14 teams have completely unanimously agreed. That the hards are completely useless.
Just trying to get some heat into the hards. Yeah, well, that's true. That's slightly bit. It's been a solid stint for Lee Cole. Where is Lee Cole? Yeah, he's 13th. He's done pretty well. I agree. He doesn't have to pit again, so he should be able to be ahead of Taz and SkyCloud and actually finish the stint in 11th.
Yeah. Well, he's cleared spin.
He's not got to worry about spin anymore. That's for sure. Taz has to pit again, so Taz is 16 seconds ahead. SkyCloud is 40 ahead, so Lee Cole should be able to jump SkyCloud in the pits, but SkyCloud might be able to catch on better tyres towards the end.
The real question is does this strategy rival the Daytona fuel map 6x6 boy?
No, that was just so bad. Why would anyone think that was a good idea? And who actually believed him? Who copied that strategy?
BX! BX copied him.
Out of
BX
everyone.
was on that team.
That's embarrassing.
We were talking about it just a couple of weeks ago. It's for short track. BX was on that team. They were the English team in the Nations Cup.
Yeah.
It was a moment of weakness.
An oversight.
It was a harsh I think it was a harsh lesson. I think that's what that actually was.
So the gap between Skyline and Syndra is currently 17.5. And Skyline is a little bit slower. Well, a second lap on that previous lap slower than Syndra, but he should be at least the same pace. But I think Syndra is a shoo-in for that third spot by the end of the stint.
Goose is about to come in.
Goose is coming in. This will be interesting. So this, he still potentially will have to go on mediums again.
How far is he? A lap back, right?
Goose isn't a lap down, no.
Oh no, he's not a lap down.
He's 1 minute 48.
I can't read. Yeah, I'm still dealing with the pixels. My bad. Yeah, no, doing 78 going medium says no way he's not. That's 17 to the end on softs. That's pushing it. We said Syndra was sacrificing time when he did 14 earlier on in the day. 16 is and not it.
Ooh.
Also, someone just put in the this person was saying that he wish I was on there, so he would be quicker than me. And then immediately in the chat goes, decided to practice a bit before his stint. After 6 laps, I realised I'm using the wrong car.
Well, Pyro, all I'm going to say is, if you do end up slower than this guy, I've got nothing for you.
I'm not in the same stint as this guy, but...
Oh, you're not? Okay.
Jesus, did someone on the thing there? But, yeah, Artigren is slowly but surely starting to get things together. But...
Yeah, 2 minutes 52. He's close to unlapping himself completely, Tim Gren.
Close.
Close.
If you're defining close as 30 seconds, then close.
Hey, everything's close after commentating for this long.
I'm aware you were mocking me. I'm aware. It's all light-hearted jokes, man. However, if you do say something and then put that you were using the wrong car, I will then proceed to take the piss out of you. That is, I feel like that is fair.
So, Goose comes out 9.3 ahead of Tim Gren. Goose is on the hards.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Did someone not tell him that he only needed to use 2 compounds? This.
A Jacko and company are just they're gonna storm the castle after seeing this now.
They were in such a good position.
Ridwan just didn't do 2.5 hours for this.
Oh my god. So you see, there's literally no reason to go on the hards. We were talking about mediums or softs, like if someone could push the softs that far.
He only had to do 17 laps! Why are you on hards?
At least it's only 17 laps. Just add another 17 seconds onto whatever his time is now. But it's going to put AHR in a bad position versus Spider because Tim Gren has to pit again. So that's going to add another 50 odd seconds, but he's going to catch up massively because he's just going to go back on the softs again. What lap is Iggy on? Iggy's on 58. And the top 6 are all on the lead. Actually, no, the top 5 are all on the lead lap. Goose has dropped a lap down now because he's come into the pits. And
Goose has used softs, right?
Not too sure. Maybe he's done medium, hard or something.
I still would have tested. I still would rather have had 17 on softs. It can't have been that. I mean, the obvious choice was mediums, but if he's used only mediums, then he kind of put himself in a bind.
Yeah.
Hard is still not a good choice in any scenario. 2 softs is still better.
So yeah, Tim Gren is absolutely eating into this gap with Goose ahead. It's gone down from about 10 seconds to 5 seconds already.
He's only used mediums up to now. I still would have done 17 on softs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even a 9-8 on
I mean,
softs
it doesn't
would
make sense, actually. Hold on, I take that back. It doesn't make sense. Why would you only use mediums up to now and not use softs?
It's a choice. It's a choice.
One of the all-time choices.
It happened twice in the same race.
To do one less stop? Well, it's a better strategy than spins.
Yeah, because he's doing less. That is not difficult.
Spin still chundering around.
When did he pit? When did Goose pit the last time then?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Has he done 2 stops or has he done 3
No,
stops?
he must be on 3, surely. And some people will be on 4, right? He's doing 3 stops. Iggy and Skyline have done 4 stops. Yeah, that's right. Goose doesn't have to stop again. So he's sacrificed a 4-stopper a 3-stopper to do a hard stint. Because he thinks that'll be quicker overall. Which over the course of 17 laps, yeah, probably not losing 52 seconds if you put, compared to like another medium stint, for example, if you were allowed to do that. he's not been had to fuel save. He's been able to push flat out. And to be honest, if you know how to drive on hards, you don't lose that much time. It's only people who put on the hards, they only practice on the soft tyres. I see this a lot in Tier 3 when I commentate it. And then they chuck on the hard tyres and they don't have a clue how to take any of the corners. But if you adjust your braking, your turning, all that kind of stuff for the hard tyres, they're not that much slower. So that, as long as Goose is in that camp and not in the I'll just chuck hard tyres on without much practice camp, he might still be alright. Like, as in, to finish this stint in 6th place. Or he could go into the wall and get damaged just like Spin did. We'll see.
Go back to starting ground 1 second. In 7th.
Yeah, he has to pit again. The gap between 12th and 13th is 10 seconds. SkyCloud has fresh mediums, as does Leecall, so it should be pretty fine for Leecall as long as he doesn't make a mistake to stay there. And then Taz has to pit again, so Leecall could be in 11th by the end of this. But Taz will pit for soft, so that'll just be something that he has to bear in mind. Spin is now only 5 seconds ahead of
damage. He stayed with the damage the entire time.
Yeah, he's just staying out with the damage until the end. Yeah.
I mean, he's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, NTO's been quite quiet since that happened.
There has been so many choices from Spin in this. It turns out you were right to not trust it. Like, Goose's one is it's passable. It's not the choice any other sane human being probably would make, but it's passable. That has got to be a all-time stinker for Spin of a strategy choice.
Yeah. But at least they can't drop more than 8.5 minutes down. We've got that little cushion in place for when people decide to go rogue with their strategies. Prime calls lap times. 1 minute, 2 minute 20s, 0.8 was his last. Usually, well, actually, 4 of his last 5 laps have been a 0.8.
Still damage, yeah.
And he's got damage. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot he had damage.
He's got a pit at some point in the near future as well.
Tim Grain coming in. Asseldor is lapping in the 18s. He's doing really well on this set of softs. So he is closing the gap on Prime Call, but the gap was absolutely enormous to begin with.
Interesting. So both the guys will pit at least once more.
Yep,
There's
as will Latari.
Coming there. Yep, that's a 47 gap. The second gap Asseldor has cleared that Team Apex car, which is good news. Prime Call, talking about pit stops, is in for his pit.
So yeah, Prime Call and Tim Gren should come out in 7th and 8th still, because Asseldor has just started Sector 2.
Yeah, definitely not anywhere near.
Yeah, Asseldor's 2 laps down at the moment, because he's on lap 58, Iggy's on lap 60. About to put a lap on Astro, so he's about to lap everyone up to the top 5 is Iggy. But he has to pit again. Well. Yeah, he's going to come into the pits this lap. Skyline's coming in, so that means Syndra goes up into 3rd place now with all that fuel. The one stop less looks like it's going to really work out for Syndra. If I was racing, I'd definitely try and do the 3 stop instead of the 4 stop as well. Just make it work however you can, because of the time lost in the pits. It's just way too big. But I try and make it work with with mediums and softs, not any other way.
I feel like that would have been a fairly easy one to run as well. Here comes Astro into the pits. He's 38 seconds back, so he will get ahead of Astro.
Maybe not Skyline. And look at this, the gap between Goose and Tim Gren. This is important. 49.6 right now. Tim Gren obviously is out on the good old soft tyres. Goose is on the hards. Taz, what the hell, Taz?
What are you doing here? Right in the wall!
He's in the wall. He's probably going straight into the pits here, but this is crazy. What the hell, man?
Choice.
So he's on the softs. He's got a He's got Goose
This
approaching.
has got to have been a mistake.
Let's see if he's actually like lifting or something around here or not. If I'm him, I'm thinking about coming straight into the. It goes onto the green stuff.
Wide.
Yeah,
So wide.
Oh, he nearly saved it.
Yeah.
Doesn't get damage
saw the
at
latter
least,
half of that.
God damn it. So into the pits comes Taz and Iggy. Marnik is carrying on for another lap, so he's going to have slightly fresher tyres than Iggy towards the end of the race, but
I don't think
looked like he was struggling around that corner a little bit, yeah. Iggy's coming out just behind Astro.
Iggy's done fueling, so we get 30 seconds worth of a gap at the front of the grid. That's the real, that's the interesting part now. How big is the gap going to be for Iggy heading into the rain? It'll be the time where Iggy steps aside and lets his team try and hang on to what has been a fairly outstanding 7-hour stint, honestly.
It has. He's built at least a 20-odd second gap, probably by the end of this one.
He's effectively given his team a chance where they should... Mistakes permitted. I would like to point out before this. There shouldn't be a way his team doesn't end in the top 2.
Yeah.
I said that now. They're going to end up eating those words in about 5 laps.
There are at least 1 lap up on 10 drivers. So that is quite an amazing lead for whoever's coming in next on the wet stint.
It's about as impressive of a 7-hour stint as you can possibly.
Is this the last stint? JP, what? Is this the last one?
This is his last stint.
Oh, Iggy's last. I thought he was like, is this the last stint? I was like, what? We got 3 more. No, Iggy's last stint is now, yeah.
Ross.
What?
I know it's been nearly 7 hours, but can you not read?
No, multitasking's not my strong point.
Marnik's in now. Right, let's see what the gap is then. This is going to be the big point. Iggy already got past Astro without really having to do much of anything. He's 46 seconds ahead of Syndra, who doesn't have to pit, by the way. So Syndra's going to try and get that within the minute.
Yeah, he should be.
By the end of this.
Yeah, he should be.
Don't forget Iggy's on fresh softs and Syndra's mediums to the end. What are the blue flag rules? This is the off-season race. There's effectively none.
No, you have to get like just normal. Just get out of the way when you're close enough.
It is just normal.
No, you can't race if you're down a lap, Capel. No.
No, only if you're attempting to unlap yourself.
If you're quicker than them, then fair enough.
Oh, there goes Syndra. Past Taz. Taz gets out of the way. We'll see where he is in regard to Marnik in a minute here. He's 47 seconds off the lead, but still a minute ahead behind Marnik, which is not how that works.
It's got just under 20 seconds the gap between Marnik and Iggy now. Pretty decent. Then this gap is coming down incredibly quickly because this is when Marnik was in the pits, so we won't see until the end of this straight what the real gap is.
That gap is under 30 seconds. That gap looks to be around about the 27 mark for Syndra on Marnik. So I think Syndra's done a very good shift here, quite frankly. He's, much like Attengren for Spider, they've started to make their way back up the grid when they get when they've got the chance. Here comes Spin being lapped by Syndra.
And now we've got Taz trying to take advantage of the situation, but Spin actually did well there to avoid Taz being able to have a look in, but it's just a matter of time. I mean, yeah,
there you go. It didn't even take one more corner from when you said that.
1 hard tyres and damage compared to fresh softs.
45 seconds. I think Spin is going to get away with not coming last. But my god, did this backfire.
Yuri's lap times, he's just come out the pits, so we don't know yet, but he's 46 seconds down on Spin, so that might be a bit of a tall order, even on the soft tyres, to catch by the end.
Yeah.
So has everyone made the final pit stop? Let's see. I think
Looks
everyone
like
has now. Oh, just Asseldor.
Just doing his.
Lord Asseldor. And Litari will be coming in as well with a half-second penalty. On top of that, but not yet. Lee Call has pit, Sky Cloud's pit. Yep. So it's just Litari who needs to come in.
Pretty much. I don't know whether or not.
So let's check. So Yuri looks like he's going to be reset to 8.5 minutes. Spin is definitely going to be reset to 8.5 minutes. And it looks like Taz will as well. And then everyone else is doing alright in terms of the maximum time. Unless they have a mare.
Sky Cloud just got lapped by Marnik, who's finally done a decent job to hold close enough to Iggy to keep Inferno in with a shout here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's still... Who's the big winner of this stint so far?
Iggy, Marnik, Syndra definitely.
Syndra, I think Syndra's probably the big name, the big one there.
And this guy's been the quickest.
Done a good job.
Tim Green trying to put a lap on, sorry, on Asseldor. I'm so used to him unlapping people.
Asseldor getting out of the way. Attingren's got 40 seconds on Prime Call, needs 30 seconds on Astro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goose losing a good few seconds a lap. Well, that was an 18.2 compared to a 20.9, so that's 2.5 seconds. Goose is slower per lap than Astro, so Astro should be able to...
finally about to be lapped.
Yeah. Yeah, and he might... Well, he's definitely going to finish lap down on his hards, yeah.
But yeah, I think the big winners here are probably Falcon, Danger Vortex at the back, probably inheriting the most from Spin's decisions.
And Lee Cole.
Same with Lee Cole as well, yeah. A couple of guys at the back is inherited from a string of really, really poor decisions.
Mm-hmm. So Iggy's going to have to put a lap on the car in front, which is going to bring the car behind into play.
I am not staying on stream when I drive. I'm not doing that.
That would be funny though. Tari finally in the pits.
No, I'm going in to party with my team, and they can race engineer me for an hour. But yeah. Outside of that,
Be a nice quick stint compared to this one.
Yeah.
Half an hour. It says half an hour left. I don't think it's going to be half an hour, surely, to do 10 laps. 4 times.
Oh, it's going to be at least 20, at least 25.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I think I took an extra lap off the longer stints to try and make sure. And it's been dry as well, so we haven't lost time through like that kind of strategy mess up and people crashing into walls and stuff, making the race time longer.
Everyone wants me to stay on stream while I drive. That is objectively a bad idea.
Yes, it is, because I can't be dealing with you screaming. I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine when I'm driving and I can tune you out, but not when I'm trying to concentrate and tell people what's going on. Yeah, this is just people on other teams trying to screw your team over even more, basically.
I'll say, yeah, Wax saying no.
Yeah, Wax trying to knock some sense into you.
The issue is,
here we go.
I'm fine. I do our thing all the time, but I think the issue is for Ross, not for me.
I mean, I'm already going to be delirious by then. Here we go.
Yeah,
What's
exactly,
Astro going to do?
Alright, Astro's going to go to the outside here, right? Is he going to try and switch back potential? Switch back potentially?
No, not quite.
Nope, it's not.
Oh, he just has to wait till the next corner.
Genuinely, people who have been in... the people who are agreeing that there should be me doing it on stream while I'm racing have never been in a party with me while I've been racing. That is a fair point. Here we go, Astro to the outside! Quick work, very quick work, easy into the top 5 for Astro there.
That Mazda's great on that straight. It's just lovely.
Also probably wouldn't be too surprised if they're running a fairly low downforce setup in that Mazda as well.
So that's a really good recovery from Astro, who we did see get quite heavy damage earlier in the stint. Look at this damaged, battered car. He's still persevering, and he's back into the top 5. 58 seconds back on Skyline, but a top 5 finish. I think any team would be happy with the top 5 coming into the day.
Yeah, definitely. Especially these guys, because they would have 20.5 seconds between him and Marnik.
Yeah, it's kind of staying. It's
slowly coming down.
Well, yeah, he's
Marnik. Well, it was existing, and then Marnik got caught up with Leakol by the looks of things.
Yeah, 16.7 was Marnik's fastest lap, and Iggy's not in the 16s. His last was 17 flat.
16.9 lap, 63.
What? Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the last lap. Marnik, 3/10 quicker on that last lap. Marnik. He needs a bit more than that, but yeah, none of them able to get close to Timgren's times. Timgren's last lap was a 16.2 for reference. So if Spider had stayed close to the front, he'd be probably leading this race.
Yeah. That was a bit wide for Timgren there.
Spin is in a time trial battle against Yuri. I mean, what does it matter?
It's 34 seconds. Surely not.
Yeah. Actually, Spin might end up not at the 8-minute 30 mark. Yuri is at the 8-minute 30 mark. It's based Spin's in it. What?
A 25 on lap 57.
Damn.
On the hards. Yeah. That's why you don't do that.
Spin's in a time trial against himself, not against Yuri. Yuri doesn't really matter. Spin just needs to finish this race without dropping to 8 minutes 30 behind Iggy. And then he has a good lead over Yuri no matter what, because Yuri's going to be reset to 8 minutes 30. Because he's 8 minutes 34 already. And he's lapping in the 2-minute 20s and not the 2-minute 16s like Iggy.
Yeah. 21.4 now, the gap. This is just Iggy doing everything he possibly can to give his teammates something to work with.
As much as possible, absolutely. And then Syndra on his mediums is falling back a little bit from Marnik, and he's got 28 seconds to Skyline, who's got a half-second penalty himself. Brutal.
I mean, it's so brutal that he's only 58 seconds clear of the next car.
I know. But knowing Project Platypus, they want to be at least on the podium.
Well, they're going to end 4th, like they have done.
I wonder who's doing their wet stint.
It's got to be BX.
Yeah, but is BX the best wet driver? I don't know because like Tier 1 rarely gets wet weather. Who would actually be the best wet driver?
Well, I'd assume that. Well, yeah, BX is probably fucking rain.
I know. Curse lobbies.
Quite frankly, I'd assume they're running 6 different drivers, Project Platypus. No, it's BX is asking if I'm crazy. I never said you were a thing, I just assumed you'd be there. Unless BX is riding at the end, which would be an interesting strategy.
Yeah, or potentially the last 2. So that means... Hold on, let's see. Who else is in Project Platypus? We've got Perry, who hasn't done a stint yet, and then Zico and Kellen and Skyline. So I'm guessing Skyline's not going to carry on after 3 hours. Perry, Zico, or Kellen?
Maybe I'm going to double up a little bit.
Maybe Perry volunteered to do it because he wants to, which has got massive meme potential.
A platypus in the rain. I can't imagine how this is going to go.
Perry's at a wedding. Well, how come his name's on the bloody entry sheet? Okay, let's remove him.
Okay, so
that means it's going to be Zico then.
It's got to be Zico.
It's either Zico or Kellen. I think you'd put Zico in it.
That'd be potentially. You see, I would have said Zico for the end, admittedly. because he is.
Well, this is stint 4. He could do stint 8 as well. Perry's priorities are wrong. Well, yeah, I fully agree with that. You should be sacrificing your entire Saturday like we are.
He forgot. What did he forget exactly? Did he take his name off?
How is Spin doing? Do you want to know? Skycloud just getting out of the way. Spin is in P14. He's now only 27 seconds. He's still 8 minutes 12 off the leader. He's lapping in the 2:24s. Very bad.
Only a casual 8 whole seconds slower than Iggy.
Yeah. This is why he should have pit when he got that front wing damage and put on either the mediums or the softs. You can't have this many handicaps. Anyway, it's just depressing. Stop asking me to see how he's doing. It's like, it actually is causing me depression. Because I'm just thinking about all of the bad choices that he's made.
I think the term is kicking a man while he's down. That's what it is. Attingren's close. How close is Attingren to Goose?
Not that far behind. 17. He's like multiple seconds a lap quicker, obviously.
There's Skycloud and Leecol. Skycloud is caught all the way up to Leecol.
I don't think
that might go.
I don't think Tim Gren's going to be able to catch up fully. But yeah, let's have a look at this Leecol versus Skycloud. So they're both on mediums. It's a straight fight. Leecol's got less fuel on than Skycloud, so that's probably just because the McLaren's better on fuel in general. How are our hard runners doing? One's doing okay, and one is not.
One is trying to defend from 7th, depending on how well he can do in the next 6 or 7 laps, and the other one might as well have not raced. He would have achieved the same time.
Oh damn!
Actually, I'll give him some credit for staying outside of that 8.5 minutes.
To be honest, he should stay outside the 8.5 as long as he avoids any more mistakes, and that's crucial for them because they don't want to be starting on the same time as the team in P15 right now in the next stint.
Yeah.
Although, having said that, is it going to matter too much when the wet weather's out? Potentially not.
Maybe not. T-Bop just said, can we give Spin some encouragement?
Go on, you're his old teammate, and you've been harsher on him.
I don't think I actually can.
be nice, please.
I was about to say, I genuinely do not think that the way I can actually encourage him.
Here we go. Here comes Skycloud.
Decision.
Leecol a little bit dodgy, knocked over some of those bollards on the previous corner. Skycloud has a run. Leecol sliding on the entry into the corner.
Skycloud might get a run.
Yeah.
If she can avoid that AstroTurf, that would be a good idea.
Oh, don't worry. Pyro's 100% getting roasted harder than anyone when it's his stint.
I was about to say, I am not going to be doing the best stint.
You guys will be ahead of Pyro by the end of his stint, I promise you.
I will stay in 9th. I will do no more, no less. Provided Wack gives me the car in 9th, that is.
Here we go. Skycloud's got a good run here. Ooh, caught up at a bad time though, round Blanchimont. Now Leecol's going to edge ahead because Skycloud had to really bail out of the throttle there. No more hards, okay.
I'd hope so. But yeah, if I make a mistake, I'm having it. That's the point.
Yes. Okay, lap 69. 2 and a bit more laps left for Iggy. Which means 2 and a bit more laps left for everybody. So 20. He's kept the gap around 20-21 seconds this entire time. Look at the consistency in Marnik, just 17.3s and 17.5s for the last 4 laps. Meanwhile, Iggy dipped into the 18s. He did put a lap on somebody, so maybe that might be why. But that's allowed Marnik to kind of close the gap very slightly. We have Syndra on the mediums, 40 seconds behind, just over a minute behind Iggy. Skyline not really able to close the gap massively on Syndra. And then we got Astro 11 seconds ahead of Goose now. And Goose is only 11 seconds ahead of Timgren, so with 2.5 laps left. 11 seconds isn't enough for Tim Gren to get another position, but he could get within maybe 5 seconds of Goose by the end of this stint.
Yeah, he's not going to get the AHR driver, but he's put up a massive amount of, a massive stint. He just got himself a lot closer to those in front, giving Spider a chance to the top 5 at the very least. He's done effectively the same thing Weird1 did the prior stint, and those two drivers have saved their respective teams' races a little bit.
Yeah, Tim Gren's only 2 minutes 48 behind now. Let me just check how far behind he was at the beginning of the stint. I thought he was about to spin there. 4 minutes he was behind.
That would have been commentated.
No, he wasn't. That was he was 3 minutes and 5 seconds behind. 3 minutes 5 to 10 seconds behind, and now he's 2 minutes 48. So a good half a minute in these 3 hours he's gained on the race leader, let alone everybody else who's not been at the same pace as Iggy.
Yeah. Spinner doing the next stint as well. But guess what? Another 2.5 hours of roasted spin.
Oh, something's happening behind. With Asseldor.
Yeah, Asseldor.
Skycloud and Leakall is where the battle really is happening, but Asseldor needs to stay ahead of them, and they need to not kill Asseldor here.
Why? The long way round here for Skycloud.
That was fine. So that was pretty
Leakall.
good. Leakall keeps the position, but Skycloud might be able to get it again after Radion.
The issue that Skycloud got is that Leakall got the slipstream from Asseldor in front as well, so they might be a little bit...
Oh, is that a penalty for Leakall? Yep, there we go, straight away, half a second. If it was heavy, he'd have been on 2 seconds, so he'll be glad that it's only half, and he's only going to drop straight behind Skycloud and could potentially get that position right back on the following lap. But the following lap is actually going to be the final one, because Iggy is on... Oh no, he's got 2 more to go actually.
I was say 70 or 72. He's got 2.5. Almost dropped the car there. A little bit on the curb there in the second chicane. He's just keeping him.
You know, I mean, he's been going for 7 hours now, and
fatigue's just starting to creep in.
Well, if he's anything like me, his fingers would be frozen in place right now, and any little movement would be killing him. On that pad that he's using, so the fact that he's still slapping in the 17s after this long, I can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see much like this again in ALR, to be honest with you. This has been back to back to back 7 hours lead.
Mental.
Probably
it's actually
half
mental.
Of that is.
And he'd have a much bigger lead if it didn't rain in the first stint.
Yeah, he would.
Because he had to do an extra pit stop on a bunch of people, including Inferno, I think. Yeah, it was, yeah. They really benefited from the rain in the first stint, yeah.
That's just insane. It's just been... This is one of the best driving displays that we've seen.
Iggy's best in a very long time, for sure.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, well, I'm not sweating that hard for this race. I'll just do the first 3 stints and beat all these eSports drivers.
Iggy's won himself. I'm pretty sure he'll be in the list and potentially in for Aero GT next season. So, well, maybe a return to form coming.
Well, yeah. What if Iggy says I want to do the next stint as well?
Attican.
4.5 seconds now.
Yeah, 53 seconds out of prime call, 4.5 seconds behind Goose, and there is still enough time for that 4.5 seconds to be caught.
Yeah, you can see he can see Goose for the first time now. What lap's Iggy on? Iggy's still... It's not over yet, but he's still got another full lap. So these guys will be finishing the lap that they're currently on and the next lap. So yeah, Tim Gren is going to be a full lap down at the end. And Goose is going to be as well. Is Spin behind the maximum time? Yes.
Yes. And he's only 7 seconds ahead of Spin. Yuri. With a lap and some change to go.
Yeah. Taz pretty much all on his own in P13, 8 minutes down, 7.5 minutes down for Lee Call, only just behind Sky Cloud. Then Latari in the top 10 still. They started 10th in the stint and he's still in 10th with a huge gap to Asseldor ahead of him, who actually let him past at the start of the stint, remember, and now he's built up a 53-second gap. So Asseldor's actually done a mega job here. 17s and 18s on this stint. Prime Call has been in the wars a little bit and is in a bit of no man's land himself. We've got Timgren.
3 seconds now.
Yeah, the gap is only 3 seconds with 1 lap to go. He could get him. Probably should get him.
What are you on about the why didn't we watch the one battle happening on track? There hasn't been one since not Prime Call, Sky Cloud. But this one probably is going to develop in this last lap, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're on the last lap now anyway, and I need to get all the times together. And that's why I've been going through everyone to see how far back they are. But yeah, Iggy's on his last lap already, and he is just at the end of Sector 1. So let's stick with Timgren and see how close he can get through Eau Rouge and Blanchimont.
2.3 seconds now on the hard tyre. That second sector is going to be massive if he can get close enough to the hard tyre runner. Either way, whoever's picking up the reign for Spider has a glorious opportunity to go against an Australian who's just got up to do a stint at 2:30 in the morning his time. So
yeah,
there is a gigantic opportunity available to Spider here. 1.5 now.
Right, where's Iggy? Iggy's just finishing Sector 2. Who's behind him on track? I need to figure out. Then there's Astro behind him, then it's Marnik, and then it is Goose and Timgren, who is now at 1.2 seconds back. Then there's a huge gap to Prime Call, so who are all these people? We've got Sky Cloud and Lee Call there, and we've got someone else even further back. Right, okay. I've got it.
Right, here we go.
So let's have a look at Timgren. Iggy, yeah, okay, let's stick with Iggy.
They're still in the middle of the second sector, so we'll watch Iggy over the line and then go back to the battle between Goose and Attingren if we can. So Iggy towards the line, the boss stop chicane on what had been a glorious 7 hours for the Austrian, and he goes to the line and he wins another stint, and will take the lead into the wet here in the 12-hour Spa by quite some margin. Astro 2 minutes 29 behind. Marnik after that, 22 seconds, 22 and a half seconds is the gap between him and the lead Austrian driver. And we'll see if that can be caught. There we go, Goose and Attingren. Attingren got within just about half a second. A good final corner might do it. He might do it to the line. It is not going to happen.
Basically 2 minutes 50 for both of them. Asseldor in P9.
5 minutes and 16 back with Sky Cloud the next 16, one over the line.
Sky Cloud 7:39.
And then Lee Cole after that.
Lee Cole 7:42.
We get to the line with a couple more drivers.
Who is it? There we go. It's Sindra next in P3 on the lead lap.
A minute and 6 back total. I was debating whether or not he could keep it within a minute. He couldn't in the end. Then we've got Taz the next one, 8 minutes 7 back. So he managed to keep himself outside, inside of the max time. Got Spin.
Got Skyline behind. Prime Call next, actually. This is so confusing.
Yeah. And then it's Latari afterwards.
3:46. And then it's Latari in 10th. 6:11. And then Skyline, 136 back. And then, who have we got at the end? Is this Spin and Yuri, who are going to be 8 minutes 30.
Oh, Yuri might be able to... Yuri's going to be too far back here, actually.
It is slightly too far back, yeah. So, well done for Spin. You have actually beaten a driver, despite all of the trials and tribulations you've had. You haven't finished last, which I think is a victory in itself, to start the next wet stint.
You only lost 30 whole seconds in that final stint.
Yeah. So there we have it.
Yuri. Wow. That's the
Right.
3 hours.
Here
over
are the
and
results
done
screens.
with.
Only 4 cars remain on the lead lap. And then P9 down are more than a lap down. 2 laps or 3 laps. So let's end the stream there because we've got about half an hour, 20 minutes maybe before the next one starts. I need a little break. I need to sort out the starting positions. So yeah, thank